Okay.
Hey guys.
Ah, shut up, Jonah. Sorry, I clicked on my own stream for a second and it's fucked up, man. Oh, I got a tweet too.
I do that all the time. I have you, whenever I'm editing, I have everything at like 1.5 speed. So whenever I go to your Twitch channel, it just plays you at like fast speed.
Slow motion. Oh shit, I'm not typing anything. Okay. I'll just wait for people to come on in.
Go www.twitch.tv/.
I want Claude to go on an Adrian Brody style quest. Brody quest.
Yeah, I saw the video you put in my chat.
He's just like slithering across.
I can do that. I can do that.
That would be so good. What's up, chat? Vieira, how are we doing? How are you all? Ducky, what's up? I loved your fan art on Twitter. It looks great. Pirate ship time? Yeah, actually, we made the ship, and now we have to name it. The easy task of naming the fucking ship, which is very easy and simple and super easy to do. Just for reference, we have probably over 100 names in the Discord. Hey, thank you for the gift sub, Ruben. Ruben's our DM. Hey, Jay, thank you for the 29-month resub. Guys, I'm not going to tell you that we have something new. We don't. You should definitely not look at channel point rewards and see that there's nothing else there. It's not new. There's nothing new there for your channel point redeems. There's nothing at all there. They don't work. It's.
You are gay.
You did it twice. You haven't. Oh, you both redeemed it. Yeah, in case you didn't. Oh my god. I don't think we have a cooldown on that.
No.
Maybe a little oil.
Enjoy. You guys get unlimited amounts right now, but when we go to the game, they stop. So, hold on, let me redeem one too. There's one that's my favorite. Hold on. Where is it? There it is.
Fat cocks together sometime.
Sure do.
Oil.
Oh no! I hate it.
Oh man.
Gaming.
There you go. Oh, that's all you, man. That's all you, chat. I'm glad you are enjoying. Let me redeem another one. This one's good too. Oh yeah, you already redeemed it. Creasing.
Maybe we should rub our fat cocks together sometime. Maybe a little oil. 2 fat cocks together. Oil.
Oil?
You suck. Fuck you, Funimation.
Maybe we should rub our fat cocks together.
Okay, anyway.
Maybe a little oil.
T&D.
All right.
Together.
We,
Oil.
we,
Stop it! I hate that one so much.
my slaps up hearing it twice. Oil. It's so big. I need to make that one smaller. It's like half the screen. Oh. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna add more eventually, but I figured we'd do some trigger fire stuff because it's funny as fuck. I think they're hilarious. We'll add some more if you guys like them. If you have any suggestions for memes to put in the trigger fire, put them in the sub chat. Drop your memes in the sub chat, and just let us know that you want this as a trigger fire thing, and then we'll decide. WebMs work really well if you have a WebM meme. If you have an MP4 of some kind, we'll add it to the list. We'll make as many as you guys want. I just have to make sure that the timing is effective. But they're fucking fantastic. McCrush has made a few, I think, but now that you guys see how they're implemented, it's gonna be really easy to. And now that I've implemented like 12 of these, it's gonna be super easy for me to go in and change them around. It's pretty simple. But yeah, we are going to name our ship today, and in addition to that, we are going to apparently, according to the DM, okay, according to the DM, this is going to be the longest session yet.
Woo! I think of
According to
all
the
of
DM.
I think of all of our sessions, period, right? Not just in this
Yeah.
campaign.
Which is cool because we're starting on an adventure. Like, this is the beginning of a new adventure, and we can literally go pretty much anywhere we want. We have an idea of where we're going, but there it goes. Golden Tactician, thank you for the T1 sub, man. Appreciate it. Sorry, I missed that. But I feel like the best way to go about this. There he is. Oh, he's coming for you. He's got a revolver.
Maybe we should rub our fat cocks together sometime. Maybe a little oil. 2 fat cocks.
Oil.
Maybe a little oil.
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 Anyway, I think the switch in voice is a sign for us to migrate over. Come on,
All
on,
right,
Turtle Dad.
let's go.
Let's go.
All right,
Hello.
guys.
Are we live?
Hello.
Are we live, Jonah?
Yo, are we live? We're live. We're live.
Hello.
Bombs.
Hello, everyone. And
Hello.
welcome to Pirate Trouble, our pirate-themed, One Piece-inspired D&D campaign. My name is Ruben, your GM for the evening. I was watching the stream. That is wild. That's crazy.
Oil.
In just a few minutes, we'll hop into session 4 of the campaign. The party is about to go to Black Bay, the last pit stop before they can traverse the Grand Line, the path that leads. Yeah, it's exciting. I know. The path that leads to the world's greatest treasure. If you weren't here last week, the VOD is on YouTube, and a written recap is available on the Discord channel. But if you aren't on either of them for whatever reason, we'll also have a recap at the start of the session. Before we have our warm-up question for our crew, let me give a quick thank you to our contributors for tonight. Julian Rush for the player character art, Vieira and Squaffle for the NPC art you'll see tonight, Moo Crush for the logo and the Twitch layout, Nate for handling all the Twitch stuff that's going on right now, and of course for Jonah for hosting the stream. Tonight's warm-up question for our players, kind of connected to last week's, is your character a morning person, and what's their morning routine like? Let's start with the TILF of the day, Myrtle, played by Nathaniel.
Let me see. Let me swap to this really fast. I mean, I am probably a morning person more than anything. I need as much beauty sleep as I can get, so that, and I usually have some chamomile tea before bed.
Very nice. And let's go to McCleary, played by Chad. Morning person or not?
I'm gonna say definitely not. I think he's more of a night person. The nightlife. I think he's one of those that has to be roused out of bed and throws on his clothes and his boots quick when he's gotta do whatever it is they're doing.
Lovely. And Sunny, played by Corey.
I think it changes week to week. Like 1 week he'll be like, yes, up with the sun, great, sleeping at regular times, and then the next week he'll just fucking sleeping all day, wide-eyed doing all the work at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Perfect.
Love it. Canis, played by Jonas Scott.
Canis is definitely, for many reasons, a night person. He stays up fairly late and usually doesn't rouse from bed until about 10:30,
Rouse for
11
bread.
a.m. He has anus in his name. Let's go.
Can't spell
C
Canis.
anus. That's my
So no.
preferred name.
No buts about it.
No buts about it. I'm
Let's
C anus.
go.
And Monty, played by Riley.
I think originally Monty was nocturnal, just because that it gives that sort of vibes, different species. And I think now he's like more of a morning person, but morning in the way that he's like awake at 3 a.m.
What's like extra morning?
Extra morning.
What's he doing typically at 3 in the morning?
He doesn't even know. No one else is awake, so it's like, I'm just gonna stay in my room until I hear someone.
Vibing.
Vibing.
Surviving for 3 hours.
Laying
Lovely.
on bed with his eyes open.
Just pop cats the
Plotting.
whole time.
Cool. Razim, played by James Brown Jr. VA.
Stop it.
It's never gonna get old. It's always gonna be great.
Yamero! No, I don't think he has a strategy when it comes to that. He just wakes up and does whatever he feels. To be honest with you.
That feels Razim. I can see that.
Yeah.
Classic regime.
He gives
Classic.
vibes.
Classic.
That's
Section
me.
4 regime.
And Takai, played by Ryan.
Hello, everyone. I would say that, I mean, Takai is the child of fishermen. He's an early riser. Like, it has been instilled in him. He can't not be up early. And as for his morning routine, I think he probably just does like some stretches and light exercises to get his blood going.
Sunbathing
And
cat
that's how
boy.
he maintains. That's how he maintains that glorious physique. He does some running in place in the morning, and he's good to go.
Some
Yeah,
running
He's
in
good.
place.
He's
Some
doing
running in
calisthenics.
place, some running in place, some crunches, some sit-ups,
Okay, okay.
some push-ups, some
We don't
climbing.
need your whole workout regimen here.
I
It's
do.
fine, it's all right. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're all ready to get started with tonight's session.
Oh, I do want to point one thing out really fast.
Please.
Since we do have Midjourney in the Discord, if you are a sub and you want to create D&D related stuff from our session in Midjourney, please do. That would be
Yeah, we
awesome.
encourage that.
We made Pip into a pog.
Pip is canon.
Pip is canon.
After three,
Made a
after
pip
three
pog?
campaigns, she's finally gotten a pog.
Finally.
And she's good looking.
I mean,
is.
she's
She's a gilf.
eternal. So, all right, all right. Let's get going on this one. We have a
Pilf.
lot to get through. When last we left our heroes, the party had arrived at Dawn Isle with a ship that was in, let's just say, not particularly good shape. They were going to take a favor, or rather, Captain Shades, the current captain of the ship, was going to cash in on something that a contact owed her, and that thing was a new ship. So the crew got a ship that they got to kind of customize and buy parts of. That very much now is their kind of home base, their traveling home base. They engaged in some shenanigans in the tavern for the island's annual talent show. They came out on top only after humiliating the person who won in all the preceding years.
We ruined
Um,
that guy's life.
Yeah, that was
was
rough.
I hope he
bad.
goes home and cries about it.
And now the crew with a new ship has only one more thing to do before they can go into the Grand Line. The Grand Line is a stretch of ocean around the equator that houses all sorts of strange islands. And if you hopscotch it all the way to the end, it is said that you can get the Grand Treasure. But first, to be able to navigate the Grand Line, you need to have what's called a log pose. Captain Shades described this as a special compass as a normal compass would not work in such waters. So we rejoin the crew in progress, having just left the next morning from Dawn Isle. This is your first day aboard the vessel, outfitted with a few of the things that you requested. I want to start with like, where is everyone located on the ship? What's kind of your first full day in your new space? And anyone can start who wants to.
Canis is writing down the remainder of the day in his journal. I would imagine in his room. Whether or not McCleary is there is their choice. But yeah, that's what he's been doing. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't take like 30 minutes to write down the events of several days. It's probably like more of an hour to 2 hours in a fair. So most of the morning, a little bit of the afternoon. He gets a little flowery with it, and he has this small leather-bound journal that he has continuously taken out and put back into his breast pocket throughout you guys knowing him these past few days. And that's how he spends it. He daydreams a little bit, and near the afternoon, gets up, kind of walks around the deck and familiarizes himself with the amenities, the stations, the weapons and things like that, and he gets some information just for himself. Doesn't really try to engage with too many people as of yet. He's a bit overwhelmed.
Cool.
But people can engage with him if they want.
For sure.
Actually, are we going through where everyone is, or can I engage with him?
You
can engage if you want.
You do whatever you want.
I think while you're in the room, writing your journal, McCleary's probably there too, and I think he says to you, "What are you writing there, laddie?"
And he doesn't move his eyes from the book as he writes. Oh, just what we've been up to the past few days. What I've been up to. Thoughts, opinions,
I see.
ideas. And sketch every now and again.
Is that like a private diary there, or?
Most diaries are private.
I guess you're right.
Why do you want to read it?
Well, I mean, I don't want to pry, but if you're offering, he kind of scooches over towards you to try to hover over your shoulder, I guess, to see just what
Makes
you've been
squeaky
writing.
noises.
Okay. He's not like overprotective, but you do see him deliberately. I mean, he's not trying to hide this because you're being not aggressive, but forward. You see him hide certain pages. You see him kind of flip by things rather quickly, maybe a sketch or two, a couple of paragraphs and maybe a different color ink, something like that. But he does present you with a few sketches that he's done over the past couple of days, sketches of the ship that we are currently on, a small little diagram, kind of reminiscent of those old books where they would cut giant things in half and you'd see like, oh, this is a pirate ship cut in half. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then he's got there's various like codes of conduct for the Empire, engagement, rules of engagement, how to go about talking to people, how to go about certain interrogations, and there are some things you don't see, but there's lots of gaps. There are a lot of gaps, but most of what you see is what you would expect him to be showing you.
You're quite the skilled drawer there, Canis.
Oh, I dabble. Every now and again, I like to use pictures. Reading isn't my strong suit.
Well, it's helpful for thinking about it later,
That's true. And whenever I'm in dire straits, I know where everything is. Just flip through my book.
Seeing as how we're sharing quarters and all, I guess I got a bit of a question for you there, laddie.
He snaps the paperback leather journal close and puts it in his lapel. Shoot.
So you're an inquisitor with the
Aye.
Empire?
Yes, sir.
The Shades know that.
Aye.
Okay. And you're, sailing with an infamous pirate because you are looking for a new lease on life? Or are you planning on trying to haul us all in later?
And he opens up his lapel and he shows you several medals. And they look very official. They look like things you would have seen from an Imperial Inquisitor. However, there is one that is a black skull, clearly made out of metal, and it's covered in faded red lacquer. And he points to that and he says, "Because I defected."
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, I guess that settles it then. I got no love for the Empire, it's true, but I got no hate for 'em really either. I was born in Chime after all, and well, I'm just glad to know that I don't have to worry about you.
He kind of like, he grimaces a little bit and he looks at the floor and he says, "You don't have to worry about me." He smiles.
Well, good then, Canis. I think we'll get along just fine. He gives you a little bit of a pat on the shoulder.
Thank you. Hopefully, some of these accreditations will still be good to us soon. Got us out of a sticky wicket back then, eh?
Yeah, you're quite the fast talker.
I try my best. What are you going to be up to this day?
I think I'll try to get myself familiar with the ship and some of the logs the captain has, seeing how I might be taking the wheel and all.
Oh, yeah. I should probably go talk to the captain.
Well, I'll leave you to that then. And by the way, laddie, if I'm snoring too loud at night, feel free to give me a swift poke.
Sure thing. And thanks
Well,
for being curious. You're the first one who hasn't immediately decided to hit me if they could.
Well, I figure you got your reasons, laddie, and if you were playing undercover, I don't think you would have blown it so soon.
He doesn't say anything and he goes back to making his bed.
Well, I'll see you around then.
Aye.
And I head out to explore the ship.
Someone in chat said McCleary sounds
Sound
like
Homer Simpson.
What?
Oh, that's fucking great.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Now all he needs is donuts.
Get this man some donuts.
I got a pirate that's got some donuts. Hey!
All right. Anyone else on the ship have things that they want to do before we move from this little piece?
I think.
Go ahead.
All right. I think Takai is going to spend the day kind of getting used to the rigging, like climbing around the ropes and just finding kind of the best ways to get up and down the rigging on the sails, just because he's generally fairly good with his hands and good with knots. And I think and he'll also just spend some time just like perching in places and taking in the vast ocean around everything. Probably mildly checking in with people, like saying a couple words and then dashing off somewhere to explore more of the ship. Just very much acting like a kid in a candy store.
Aw.
I'll say Razim is mostly just lounging around, occasionally floating around, and reclining as he does, while he's letting little Z kind of roam around freely.
Oh yeah, little Z.
Yeah.
Can he also float, or is he like on?
I don't think he has the same abilities as me, so no, he's not on me. He's just kind of like doing his own thing, like wandering around the boat. Maybe he's standing, whatever he wants to do. until things get out of hand, possibly.
I think I heard Myrtle.
Yeah, he's just lounging around.
Myrtle.
Oh, sorry, I was sleeping. So Myrtle is going to wake up and he's going to say, Moosh, can you get some chamomile for me? And the little miniature dinosaur-looking thingamajig is going to just start getting a bunch of tea and stuff like that, and start making little cups of tea, enough for the entire crew. And he has like an entire plate above his head with all the little things trying his best to balance it. And as he picks it up, he says to the little turtle, the little dinosaur figurine that he has on his shelf, while picking up his red scarf, and he'll say, it's another day, and I'll miss you every single one, but this is a good group, and maybe we can find some way to make this work. But for now, you'll have to be as patient as a turtle. I apologize. He puts the scarf on, and he gives the little figurine a little head pat gently. And then he carries the tea over and very loudly knocks on the door, on Monty's door and on Sunny's door, and says, all right, it's time to get up. All right, everyone. And he starts clanging pots in the boiler room, trying to get Monty up, who's oversleeping probably.
Monty was up at 3 a.m. He just opens the door
Monty's
immediately.
gonna bite your face off.
Were you sleeping in the bathtub?
Monty nods.
All right, I don't judge. Here's some tea. And he hands you a cup. And he and his little figurine dinosaur go up to the top of the deck.
Yeah, I guess by this point, Canis has gone to the deck as well. He's assessing. You can find him assessing the cannons. He's checking the weapons. He's had some military training, so he's just making sure that they're functional and familiarizing himself with the mechanisms.
Cool.
Well, we didn't crash this time, so that's an improvement. Can't get worse than that on your first day, right? Anyway, I brought everyone some tea.
Awkward turtle.
Oh,
Mr.
I love
Myrtle. Mr. Myrtle, we didn't crash. We got hit by a big wave. There's a difference.
I mean, it isn't
Yeah, the wave crashed into us.
true, but we don't really have insurance. Well, it all works out, I guess.
Can
Can
we
I
get
fire a
insurance
cannon?
on this boat?
Right? Boat insurance.
Yeah, just call up the pirate Geico.
Is that in our benefits? In Shade's benefits?
I mean, there is an insurance company here called the Admiral.
Nice.
Can we call up the Admiral for some insurance on this boat, please?
For a great low rate, you can get online.
Go to the general.
Okay.
Take some time.
Oh my god.
It's gonna take y'all 3 days to
Oh,
get
shit.
from Dawn Isle to Black
Okay,
Bay. So Riley, or should I say Monty, quartermaster.
I will update that.
Oh, right, we have resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have resources.
Fuck.
Takes 3 days. I've got paper, spreadsheets. I got this
We-
spreadsheet.
I'm
We
excited.
have the spreadsheet here. So let's see here. We have a little bit of resource management. Y'all got the food thing, which cuts the usage in half. So
Yeah, can I empty the fish nets?
I'm sorry.
Can I empty the fish? Isn't that what it is though? It's like a fishing net or something like that we have that gives us food.
I mean, you guys probably have a combination of breads and soups
Oh,
and
right, okay.
fish.
Yeah.
It's a
Dry
catch-all
goods.
for whatever you might possibly have.
Alright.
But Riley, I keep saying Riley, Monty rather. 3 days times 4, so reduce food and water by 12 each.
Gotcha.
And,
We're gonna watch as I put in
I'm
the
watching.
spreadsheet.
And then
This is what I
when-
do for work.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is my job at work.
Don't you just
It
love
never
doing a little bit
stops.
of? And
It
then
never
Yeah, it never ends.
3 of the other 2. So 3 down for ropes and 3 down for wood. 1 for each
Okay.
day.
One for. Okay, gotcha.
Cool. All right. We are about to get into the realm of Black Bay itself. Anything anyone wants to do before on the sort of 3-day interlude period?
Yes, actually.
Please.
With the backpack that I got, the one that has a little dinosaur on it, using my artificer abilities, I'm going to use my first artificer infusion on this backpack, and using the knowledge that I've gleaned from Pip and from looking at getting a keen eye on the merchandise from the shop itself, I'm going to be sewing in some like magical thread into it. And after the next 3 days, it has turned into a bag of holding.
Oh.
Oh
Wait,
shit!
Whoa.
Free bag of holding.
Yes.
Nice.
You
So
just do that? Turtles
I-
are awesome.
artificers are cool. So Myrtle is going to go to the
That's
rest of the
really
group and say, I know it looks kind of cute and everything, but this can fit a lot of shit in it. If you want to put your shit in it, you're free to. I can't put it on my back. I have a pretty big back. But if any of you smaller folk want it, it's cute. It can hold lots of shit.
I'll
That's pretty
take
much the
it,
only thing it can do.
Right here. Everyone
Ye-
else has a fancy magic item.
He tosses it to you, and you have a cute backpack with a little dinosaur like sewn into the back of it.
Oh, that's adorable. Look at it.
I know, right?
You made that, lad.
I mean, I've worked with toys before, and it's kind of has the same idea of it.
Are
It's
you
just
Turtle Santa?
Tanta.
Santa.
yeah, grain sick Myrtle. But yeah, it's reminiscent of what I used to do for my boys. It's nothing special.
Wow. I
You're
think it's
kid.
something quite special there, lad. You turned a knapsack into a bag of holding?
It won't last forever if I decide to use too many enchantments, but I can do a few small things here or there.
So this won't last forever.
Oh, it'll last forever until I decide I want to make something more magical, like a returning gun or infinite bullets or X, Y, and Z.
Well,
but,
that sounds good and all, but what are we going to do with the stuff inside it if you decide you don't want it anymore?
I mean, it'll just blow up the backpack, I guess.
It'll
But,
blow up.
I mean, I'm old, but I'm not senile. I'd tell you before I was going to disenchant the bloody
What if
thing.
we're in an emergency and you can't tell me?
I can't just make a magical item in 30 seconds. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Okay. If I get some sort of cosmic void scar because I held a backpack on, it was... Never mind. Whatever, I'll take it. Thank you for the backpack, Myrtle.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. I like the dinosaur.
I do too.
My favorite color's green.
Green is in the creative color, just letting you know.
Oh, fuck
Stop.
off, you and your puppet. Hello, puppet.
Hey! Well, say hi back.
Hi.
I forgot that.
As soon as the puppet does that, Moosh kind of just instantly curls up into a ball defensively.
I feel strong.
You know you're overdoing your reaction, right?
It wasn't me, it was Moosh.
Don't worry, they'll get used to you, buddy.
Where's
It's
Shades?
friendly.
Shades, I think during the course of these 3 days is alternating between pilot duties on the bridge of the ship, basically, or chilling in her much nicer, large room, the back side of the ship. because she's been. Remember, she got the last ship after her old crew was captured, so she was kind of shipless and had to have that rickety old thing, which didn't really have a private space for really anyone. So she is relaxing, as I think she has earned in her quarters. But for now, she is on the bridge of the ship, the deck.
Okay. Canis goes up to her and says, "Are we good to go for today?"
Of course, we're fine. Something on
Okay.
your mind?
I've just never been a first mate before, so I was wondering if there were any specific responsibilities beyond "I'm the one you yell at."
Well, you need to make sure to yell at all of them if they don't follow proper protocol.
That'll be easy.
Gotta help keep them in line and make sure they don't make any stupid mistakes.
I can literally tell them to stop what they're doing.
Excellent.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I'll
Take a breather, Canis.
let you know if there's anything happening.
Thank you.
He nods and kind of like unknowing of his responsibility really anymore. Just like
Mhm.
walks away.
Sure. Okay. Anything else?
As we're going, like as we're moving forward, is there anything of interest in the ocean?
You are currently in a stretch of water that is very north of High Church. Let me move it back to the map so y'all can see. And you're getting closer towards the red line, which is like directly due west of you, which has an impact on the currents. The gusts are kind of going against you, which is why it takes an additional day to make this trek. And you're actually going to basically go around here into that little inlet in the middle of the island. As you continue sailing during the day, you will see some dolphins, some whales in the water. You don't see many ships, but there's a few like fishing vessels kind of to your south, closer to the High Church region. But as you are getting closer to the west, closer to Black Bay, this is pirate country. This is the only part of the South Blue that has not been fully suppressed by the Imperium. For one thing, it is close to High Church, which the Imperium is currently at war with, so that has some effect. But also, this region has its own kind of environmental defenses. It's, relatively speaking, pretty calm water. Not a ton of other vessels, though I think if you have someone on the lookout, it's possible you might see other vessels kind of going in a similar direction, but from afar. People try to stay. You don't want to get too close to a fellow pirate vessel, not knowing who they are. And at the moment, you don't have a reputation. You don't really have any information about you. If anyone were to see your flag flying, they would probably not really know what to do. And it's best in these waters just to be safe.
Okay. Do we see any sort of like large animals or anything in the water?
Not in the water, though. That thing you saw in the sky in the first session above Cappy Island, or I guess specifically far out from Cappy Island, you get a better look at it here. Because there aren't that many clouds in the sky. Here is almost entirely perfect blue, and you see some kind of whale-like creature swimming through the air above you.
Whales!
Let's go!
They're back.
Hashtag free Lily. Let's see. Do I know what those are?
Make a nature check.
Hopefully this will work. I'm using a new browser. One. Oh, come on. Fucking why? I gotta put it back. No. Oh my god. All right. Let's roll it. What's my nature? 1.
First roll of the night.
Cool.
12.
Yeah, I think you do know that these are sky whales.
Yo.
But you don't know a ton about them because no one can really get to them. This world does have a limited steam technology, so there are some airships that are primarily in the Imperial control. The things you've heard about the sky whales is that they're so large that it's possible that there's folks living atop them.
Oh.
They might even have their own language and their own culture.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go!
Yes.
Can you demonstrate the language?
I can
Want me to
actually.
go jump off the whale, Ruben?
Can dubao she sutas di kai wakanabisto is this phrase that you've heard them say.
The fuck, man? That was on command? What the shit? I think they're start gargling or something.
The word, back to seriousness, you would know that the word in this sky whale people culture for pirate is sutas, S-U-T-A-S.
Sutas. Okay, that's cool.
So guys, the audience, this is a really deep cut. We had
Yeah.
an old project that was about airships and sky whales and stuff, and I kind of made a language. So
It's fucking
Anyway,
nutty.
You kind
wrote
of
a-
make a language.
You
wrote
made
up
a
a-
language.
well,
Long
I made
language.
like 100 words. Not enough to like. I don't have my notes. That's all I remember. Is that
You made a
fucking phrase.
Duolingo, basically.
That's a comprehensive vocabulary for a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a language.
Excellent. Anything else before we arrive at Black Bay?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, just really quickly at one point, when Shades is kind of not in her, when she's out on the deck,
Mhm.
Takai's just gonna come up to her and say, "Hey, this is gonna kind of sound like a weird question, but, your last ship, it wasn't haunted, was it?"
No. Why do you ask?
Well, you see, I was talking to McCleary at one point, and he said something about hearing some voices while he was on the deck, and so I just kind of wanted to make sure that there weren't like any, spooky ghosts that were gonna come after him or anything.
Look, just because we got attacked by skeletons the first night does not mean that, the entire ocean's haunted. Only portions of it. She gives you like a friendly, knowing what she's doing, pat on the shoulder.
There's more skeletons that are just gonna come out of the water like that.
Yeah, and you won't know when they're coming out.
He's right.
Sometimes they will, sometimes they don't. Isn't that
And
great?
skeletons aren't even the worst of it. That's pretty low level stuff. This is the Grand Line's a pretty serious thing, Takai. You need to have a stronger stomach than that.
Yeah, don't be a scaredy cat.
Don't be a square.
Takai, almost like he is on a turntable, turns 180 degrees from Shades to you, Freya, not Freya, Razim, and with
Like say,
a pasted-on smile on his face says, "Well, Razim, I do kind of remember that one of us was in the thick of all the skeletons, fighting them off with his eldritch blasts, and the other one flew away."
Yeah, I remember that.
So maybe remember that before you start telling other people to have a stronger stomach, asshole.
As Takai is kind of like super tense at the moment of like talking about ghosts and haunted stuff, Moosh is gonna like roll over and kind of nibble at his like ankle and you and try to scare you.
Is he a little like armadillo?
Yeah, he's like an armadillo
Yeah,
dinosaur.
I think I drew it. I can send it.
Yeah, I can show
Horny
it.
lizard.
Yeah, I'll
I'll-
show it again.
Kai, roll see if you got scared. If you got startled or not.
Into the
This is
fucking
what
sick of
Riley
this.
drew. It's super cute.
Oh, nice.
In my sketchbook.
Oh, so cute.
Show the class.
I love it. It's so adorable.
Monty's
and this
got a
is
note
like-
for Takai.
This is like ceramic though, or something.
This is made out of glass and
Oh.
ceramic.
Glass.
Okay, yeah.
Glass animals like the band.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, the moment he nips Takai's ankle, Takai just kind of goes like, and practically leaps into Razim's arms while his tail just floofs.
Myrtle shakes his head and says, Moosh, stop that. You can't scare a cat like that on our own ship.
You were
Sorry,
saying, Takai?
You didn't get your ankle nibbled by a tiny glass demon spawn.
You can let go now.
He slowly climbs off of it and just says like,
You're
I'll get you
welcome.
for that. I'll get you for that, turtle.
I didn't do anything. You have to talk to Moosh. Myrtle kind of smirks to himself.
Yeah, talk to Moosh.
Says the puppet.
Razim just starts laughing.
Well, so we're going to a new area, and we're trying to find this compass of sorts. Do we have any ideas of where we're going first here, or are we just winging it?
Oh no, I know exactly where to find it. It's in the hands of Pitch.
All right. Well, lead the way when we get there, I suppose. Do you need anything from us, or do you need a defense squad?
No, I don't think you guys, in all respect, would be able to do anything, given how dangerous this place is. So just make sure that you are on your best behavior.
Moosh, you stay back here.
Okay. Who's next?
If I may, I would just like to have a quick conversation with Monty.
Please?
I think that.
Why are you a
Why are you
bitch?
such a bitch?
Why are you a bitch? The I think this probably happens. I don't know, one of the numerous days. Maybe we're just hauling lines, or
Yeah.
actually, why don't you tell me what maybe Monty's doing? Maybe I find you.
Monty, because Monty has the quartermaster role, which is something he has like a little experience in. Sort of every day, like just keeps note of all the supplies, and it's like detailed notes. He's also cleaning because I was given that slime that cleans things by a small child, but Monty doesn't trust it enough, so he like watches it as it's cleaning just to make sure it's actually working.
Okay, I think I find you like in the storeroom. Then I come in and I sort of lean on the frame of the door, and I say, you got the little slime cube out, eh?
Monty nods.
Well, how are things looking down here then? We got enough food to get to Black Bay, I take it?
He hands over the spreadsheet that he has drawn out that lists like, okay, we have, how many food do we have left? Let me look at the spreadsheet that says we have 12 food, 12 water, 7 rope sails, and 7 wood. We got 40 in the treasury.
He looks at it, clearly not really caring at all about the spreadsheet. It was more of a topic of conversation than actually curiosity. But he sort of looks you over and he says, "You don't really talk much, do you, lad?"
He points to his mouth, then to his throat, and then nods no.
You like, mute or something?
He nods yes.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, lad. I didn't mean to. It makes a lot of sense now. That's why you're always writing on notebooks and stuff.
Takes out one of the notebooks. He has multiple ones. This is the conversational notebook, and just writes, yeah.
I see. Well, I guess that's my curiosity qualmed. I'll leave you to the stores then.
Gives a nod.
And that is all I wanted to know.
It's not very talkative.
Just trying to get a feel of the crew.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll have a bonding moment one day.
Yep.
Can I have a quick side convo with Sunny and Razim really fast?
Please.
So Myrtle is going to kind of settle up next to you guys, and Moosh is gonna kind of crawl up next to him, where we're sitting, and says, "So, both of you're pretty new to the seas, I'd imagine, or what brought you to be excited about traveling, about being a pirate? I mean, you don't have to go into too many details, of course, but I am curious."
Oh, well, just adventure, man. Simple as that.
Adventure's a good
Straightforward. Just wanted to set sail and see the world, you know?
There's nothing
What kind of feeling is
more
I
fr-
want to do?
There's nothing more freer than not having to worry about laws as you explore the entire unknown. It's
Yeah.
almost magical in a way. Its own type of magic. What about you, Sunny?
Well, I mean, pirates are cool. Of course,
They
I'm a
are
pirate.
pretty cool, yes.
I mean,
Also, all the crime.
There is
mean-
also a lot of crime. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a good. Yeah.
if
Then
it
you said
happens,
there's no
it-
laws. And is it
if-
crime if there's no laws?
That's true. I mean, if it happens, it happens.
You're not wrong, but I don't think
Hmm.
everyone agrees with that sentiment.
I mean, I don't go about committing crimes just to do it, you know? It's not really my style or anything.
No, petty crimes are cool. And they're badass.
I'm not really a petty person.
That's fair. I mean, as long as we pick our targets and don't do it recklessly, don't really want to go to jail again. Not that I've been to jail,
Then,
and
what'd you go to jail for? Did you kill a man? Did you steal?
I mean,
Did you
we're
steal a
all-
man and then kill him?
Or did you kill a man and steal it?
Did you kill a man and then
Oh,
steal
my
the body?
back! I suppose I need to check up
No.
with the captain.
Hey! Don't
I
try
bet
to
the
walk away
captain's
from
killed
this.
a man.
Several men at the same time.
Oh,
I'd
know, right?
imagine if we're all pirates traveling the seas together, especially this group, I'd imagine we all have done things we either regret or don't regret, of course, but things that are not acceptable to the people in power, regardless if we believe in them or not.
oh.
I don't recall me doing anything like that. Don't remember much of that at all. Well,
I look over. I look over at the posters of ourselves, and just look at the. Does everyone have a number now, or is it just the 7 of us?
That's right. You got the updating bounty posters, right?
Yes.
So this is interesting.
Magic.
Because
Oh,
7 of them have 300 on it. But not McCleary's. McCleary's. Let me take a look here.
Isn't it 3 X's?
It was
His
like-
4,500.
His has 2,500.
What did you do?
Oh.
What?
God damn,
I
McCleary.
need to talk to McCleary. He's gonna teach me how to do crimes.
uh-oh. I bet he committed plagiarism or something like that.
2,500.
But he
Oh
stole
my
so
God.
much stuff.
Oh, it's probably because of all the fucking shooting. He did shoot so many fucking pots and pans and everything in there. That's probably why they were probably like fine china or some shit.
Nah,
I'm
it's gotta be
imagining-
something.
Oh, like a maintenance fee?
Nah, it's gotta be something serious, like copyright
Murder.
infringement.
He did say he was well known.
Here it
Maybe he broke
is.
so many hearts that
I
they're
think
like,
it's-
hey, put a bounty on him.
I think it's time we figure out what he done did
Do
at
we
some
be?
point.
At some point,
Do we need to
Yeah.
be sneaky, or do we just ask him?
It's
Myrtle
more
kind
fun
of
if it's sneaky.
Myrtle
Sonny.
kind of
he's right there.
smirks.
He's like right there.
What?
Are we? I assume this is happening like elsewhere.
Like in the middle of the deck. Like, what do you think he did? But he killed a man.
Clary's Banksy.
I'm sure we'll find out in time, but for now, Moosh, go tail him for a little bit and be sneaky. And Myrtle kind of smirks as Moosh kind of, very obviously because he's made out of glass, as he rolls across the like hardwood, like makes clinking sounds, and like something is obviously rolling. It's not very sneaky as he just tails behind McCleary.
Hey,
Do I
Myrtle.
notice this?
Oh yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah. I turn around and I kneel down to it and I give it like a little pat. And then as I walk off on the deck and see that it's following me, I sort of encourage it to follow me.
Aw.
Hey, Myrtle.
Yes?
It's not working.
I mean, we don't know that. Maybe, I think Moose knows exactly what he's doing. He's infiltrating into the enemy lines, buttering him up
Yeah.
with his soft, cute facade.
Wait.
Like that.
So
Like that.
he's
Keep
not-
your friends close and your enemies closer.
Exactly.
Lower their defenses.
Oh,
Ah.
a gun.
Little Z, I hope you're learning something today.
Violence is always the answer.
Ah, there you
Yes.
go. That's the spirit. We're still working on him.
So, for your puppet, I've worked with toys before, and I won't
Yeah.
lie and say I'm not it's a little uncanny seeing two of you, but do you have
I mean, it's not exactly me. I mean, it's
Which-
clearly different.
It's very clearly more uncanny and less, like, it has wide eyes that, like, its pupils are, like, very small in comparison. It's a little uncanny. What's his name? Does he have a personality, or is it just you?
Little
or
Z.
Little Z.
Yeah, I call him Little Z. I mean, I just got him at that other island we were at.
Creative. Okay. It's Myrtle, like, kind of grimaces a little bit and, like, sticks out
What's-
his hand to the little Z and says, "It's nice to meet you. Are you do you control his dialogue, or does he come up
It's
with
not gonna
everything-
hurt you, Myrtle.
I mean, does he say everything? The thing seems haunted. I'm just gonna say that.
Shit's on it.
I am possessed.
That's what I'm saying, Razim.
Like by a ghost?
Come on, some random person on the islands gave it to me. They probably had fun with it. You know, had to help clean the house or something.
I'm
It's not
just
that
gonna
scary.
Razim, I'm just going to say this as someone that works with toys, and especially old toys. I have bad vibes, but maybe.
Come on, give it a chance. You barely know him. I barely know him. But that's not the point.
I'll give
Well,
it
you
a
said he's
shot.
possessed, and you got him from some random person. Do you think he's possessed by like?
He's
your
possessed by
grandpa?
he's possessed by the freedom I'm giving him. Look at when I
I
found him, he
don't. I
wasn't
don't
even
think you can
activated.
be possessed by freedom.
I think you can.
Is freedom a ghost?
No,
Is that
it's
a type
not.
of ghost?
No,
I've
but
been
it's
alive
just
for
a figure
5
of speech.
days.
See? That's all. That's as long as
You're
he's
a
been
whole
allowed.
baby.
Myr-
You're
Myrtle
an
wants
infant. Don't worry, we'll teach you the way.
Myrtle
Yeah,
wants to kind of
show 'em the
inspect the puppet very briefly to see, like, from an
Sure.
Arcana side of things, of like, is it like him imbuing his own soul into it? Is it like its own like artificer creation? Is it haunted? Like he's
From an
trying
Arcana
to like
sense of things,
fr-
not from a nature sense of things. Yes, go for it. Go for an Arcana check. That's fine.
just because he works with like magic
No, 100%.
stuff. Okay.
Nature, if this is a ghost.
17.
17.
Ooh.
It's weird because Razim does have some control over it, but there is something there. It's not entirely hollow. It didn't come as just a puppet with the ability to be filled by something. There is something wonky. It's not a magic that you've encountered before. I think with the 17, you know that there are certainly some artificers and sorcerers who could create something like this. But I think the bottom line is there's something more to this that you aren't sure of, or aren't sure of.
Well, it's definitely a interesting little regime, little Z, puppet man. He pats the puppet. Please,
That's
leave-
not my
Baby
name.
puppet.
Regime, what was its name again?
Little Z.
Little Z.
Little
Um,
Z.
Please be friends with me and don't murder me in my sleep.
Hey, come on. What could possibly look at his face? What possibly could make you think he's a homicidal maniac?
Well, he's
Seriously.
dead behind the eyes.
What?
He's dead behind the eyes.
Look, if it
Look
makes
at
you
him.
feel any better,
Look at him.
Myrtle, you're more than, since I know you work on this stuff clearly, you're more than welcome to like do a further examination or something later on. Like, you know, you and Little Z can go into a room together and you can figure out make some tick if you want. I'm sure it'll be fine. No one will bother
Turtle
you,
and a
just
puppet
you.
And turn only one leaves.
I'm
What?
not that old that I need a toy.
No, I'm not saying you need a toy. Just
Are
help
you
you
gonna fight for
relax
the
and
puppet?
what?
I'm not that desperate either to need a toy in that way. I'll leave you to that. It was great meeting you, little Z. Bye.
I'm here on the ship forever.
Yep.
My God.
Little Z,
somewhere
if
off,
I
somewhere
Little
off.
Z,
in the-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, bro. Somewhere off in the distance, as the little armadillo is following, is following. Oh my God! I just fucking forgot his name.
Clary?
God
Yes,
damn it,
Cleary.
McCleary. My brain is not working tonight. I am sorry, guys. As it's following him, out of nowhere from up above, Takai just hits the ground like he just missed pouncing on it, stands up, brushes his shoulder, and just says to it, "That was your warning shot," and walks off.
As a side note, Monty has a note for Takai.
Oh dear God.
Uh-oh.
I think for
What-
this, they're like passing each other in the hallway, and it's one of those like shoulder bumps, but Monty has like a note. It just like sort of slams to your shoulder. Side it says "Scaredy Cat," and then there's a drawn picture of Razim's puppet sort of floating, and it says, "I saw it move by itself." And he continues walking.
Takai will remember that.
Remember.
Takai will remember this.
Kai also still has a ring in his pocket unless he's fished that out.
Can I shoot a cannon?
Be my guest. Which side?
Starboard.
All right. Let me grab the ship. The
Oh
cannon
my
ship.
God, where we at? Six Flags? You just
You're
want to
just-
try it out?
Do we have
What?
ammo?
We haven't shot it once. How do we know it even fucking works?
We
Um,
just bought it.
I don't want to get into the game of like literally counting cannonballs,
Yes, please don't.
but
All right.
I think I think it'll be somewhere equivalent to how much HP you have for the cannon. So the cannon HP will be like combination of the status of the
And the
cannon
ammo, yeah.
yeah. Roll to hit. Where are you aiming exactly?
Yeah, ocean. Is there? If there's nothing around us, there's nothing really to aim at, right?
What's the AC of the ocean, Ruben?
0. It's the ocean.
There's no way he can't hit the broadside of an ocean, right?
Sure, hit the broadside. Maybe. Hey, look, maybe you'll find something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we'll hit something. All right.
It has a plus 6, so d20 plus 6.
All right. I take like 2 or 3 minutes to load the ball, load the the cotton batting, load everything you need to fire a. How big are these cannons?
I mean, they're
'Cause you can get pretty tiny cannons.
yeah. I'm trying to think of the one that I saw in Brazil and how big it was. It's like 3 or 4 feet. No, that's too big. It's a medium it's a medium cannon. I'm not
Okay,
sure
like
how
a
big-
barrel, like a barrel about around as a
Yeah.
barrel or something like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
It is a ship cannon. It has to be somewhat big.
Like a
Okay.
12-pounder or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you say?
All right.
It sounds very, very accurate.
They're hard. So yeah, I pack everything together, and I get a 12-pounder. That's a 12-pound ball. That's a relatively big ball. That's like a bowling ball.
I think that was the standard
Yeah.
ships of that time.
That
Could
makes
be wrong,
sense.
though.
Okay, yeah. So I shoot this 12-pound cannonball, presumably made of like a lead steel alloy, and I shoot it into the ocean.
Okay. Roll d20 plus 6.
14.
14. Hit. The cannonball flies, and let's see. The distance on this is about 200 to 400 feet. It just goes the max distance, 400 feet, and just splashes into the water, almost like the naval depth charges, but not that big of a splash. And Shades calls out, "Who just did that, and why? What's going on down there?"
That was
He
me,
did it.
just making sure it worked. It does.
All right, you can do a test without a live. Okay.
Well, we got plenty of cannonballs. Sorry,
Didn't
Sorry.
you work for the Navy or whatever?
should have warned you. Apologies.
All right. So for a successful hit on the ocean loses
Does the
1
ocean get a hit back?
I mean, it kind of already got its surprise round in the first session.
Okay.
That's true.
If you want, you can roll the 3D piercing damage.
I'm actually just wild right
3d6.
Sorry, 3D10.
now. What are we doing? We are
a
fighting
cannon.
the fucking ocean.
Attack
I
on
did
ocean.
22 damage to the ocean.
Excellent hit. Excellent hit. I think the ocean's now looking pretty rough.
Ding!
It's a Shingeki no Umi right now.
You just
Okay.
killed an ecosystem.
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
the camera pans to like a coral reef that's like beautiful, and like the fish are just like, doing their thing. Like Nemo's dad is like having his whatever, and like this fucking nuclear explosion level event in this fucking coral reef. Okay. All right.
Nemo!
Any last things before you turn the corner?
Yes, I just have a
Oh.
question.
Please.
About the bounties. Do we know?
Yes.
Do I know specifically how those work?
I mean, it's magic. It's connected to something in the Imperium that updates this. So, like, there is a person or people who decide an arbitrary number dependent on basically what your threat is to the Imperium. Because that's really what the purpose of this whole thing is. So you're not quite sure what maybe across lines, and there's some kind of weird thing going on, because 2500 is significantly different than the 300 that the rest of the crew got. So you're not sure if it's like getting the wrong information, or it's like connecting to the wrong person that has a similar name, or if it knows something that the crew doesn't. It's hard to say for sure, but this is linked to something on the Imperium side setting these numbers. Like if you were in Capital, you would see a massive wall with all the different people who have possible bounties.
Okay. And presumably I know this.
I think you would.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
That is all I needed to know. Thank you.
All good. So the 3 days pass relatively uneventful. Your first night was pretty intense, but that's not necessarily the usual course of business in the South Blue. That's more likely the kind of thing that you'll get every night in the Grand Line. But it's now dusk on the third day, and you see the first signs of the coastline of the Black Bay Island. It's a U-shaped island, as the map suggests, that you're now rounding around the eastern side of. There doesn't appear to be any shoreline at all with sand. Instead, it's all rocky with sheer cliffs about 20 or 30 feet up. The flora at the edge of the cliffs is like the outermost edge of a thick, fog-covered, densely packed forest. You see pieces of driftwood in the water around you, and Shades has to navigate around some chunks of sunken vessels, most of which appear to be of a similar wood composition to your current ship and bear either ripped or fully torn pirate flags. Shades continues forward, and in fact, she's insisted to be piloting during this portion of the journey, making very small, fine movements of the steering control due to the very rough waters in this part of the bay. You can barely see the shoreline before it begins to fade, and then a minute or so later, as kind of this thick fog rolls in, it becomes difficult to even make out the other side of the ship. So visibility is almost completely gone, and yet Shades is steering very carefully. You get the sense, I don't think this is a hard thing to intuit, that this is a combination of the natural environmental nature of this place and perhaps a little bit of magic aiding that. This is probably why this is the pirate den. It is a difficult thing to get into, and you have to know how to navigate the rough waters and the obstacle course, basically, to get in. She continues steering a little to port, then a harsher turn starboard, and you get the sense that if someone sailed into this space without knowledge of the bay's obstacles, it would be very easy to shipwreck. And indeed, you see a maroon vessel just to your port side that you almost scrape against, that you're just like maybe a few inches away from. It looks like it crashed against an outcropping of large rocks. It's like a tense 5-10 minutes of this very slow, meticulous guidance into the space, with nightfall now. It's now past dusk, now into the early night, making the bay all the more treacherous. It is, with the exception of whatever lights you have on the ship, it is almost entirely pitch black. Then, finally, the fog seems to clear, and you see little spots of orange, yellow light appear in front of you, at first kind of looking like very distant fireflies. What starts as a few becomes 10, then 50, then 100. These are no fireflies. These are lanterns and torches from the others currently in Black Bay and the hundreds more lining the interior. Let me change the map here.
Okay.
Damn. Turn on. Grab the music for this little
I'm
section.
deboating. I'm gonna
eat that
deboat.
fog.
Okay. What strikes you first is the sheer number of pirate ships. In the torchlight of evening, you can count something like at least 15 other ships in the bay, and many more individuals walking along the various piers and pathways within the treacherous interior that is Black Bay. Let me paint a picture. The interior of Black Bay is composed of massive, deep portions of mountainside and cliffside. Imagine a normal mountain, and someone takes like a tall cylindrical drinking glass and places it right in the middle and fully removes that portion of the mountain. What you're looking at is like a cross section of the mountain, except here the other half is gone, hollowed out, leaving only the partial section of the interior. The height of what's left of the mountain casts a shadow against the moonlight, which is the only source of light beyond the torches and lanterns, ensuring that those lights are the only kind of glow in the space. Now, the cliff edge itself, because these are sheer cliffs along the internal of this bay. There's not a sandy beach to go up against. You're kind of in the middle of a mountain here. It's crisscrossed with 100, if not 1,000 different walkways, ladders, and little residences carved into the mountain in cave-like spaces. Pirates are traversing this dangerous array of rickety walkways. And they wear all sorts of clothing. It's kind of hard to see from this distance, but there's folks from High Church, from the Imperium, and from all sorts of places that you haven't been before. Within the bay itself, you see many different pirate flags on these different ships. Most are fairly standard variations of a skull and crossbones. One is a symbol of a skull eating a rose and a blade. One is a symbol of a lightning bolt cutting a skull in half, and so forth. Docking here is interesting. The ship, again, is up a sheer cliffside. There is no shoreline. So to get into the kind of network of vertical space here, because this is a vertical kind of culture or society in this space, you have to get to the crow's nest of your current ship, which is the closest you can get to a ladder that is extending from a walk, a little like plank, kind of extending out from this particularly small outcropping. So this is a very rickety kind of, not the kind of place you want to be if you are afraid of heights. Shades has the anchor dropped so that the ship is kind of stationary in this spot. It can't be claimed by anyone else. And she kind of calls you all on the main deck and says, since you're all rookies, let me give you a word of advice for your first night in the bay. Rule number 1, don't say anything stupid. Number 2, don't do anything stupid. And number 3, watch your step.
Hey, Captain.
I cannot guarantee any.
All right. So let's see here. I'm just out of curiosity, who's the first person to kind of like go up to the crow's nest, go on top of it, and like grab the rickety little ladder that is hanging?
I'd wait for somebody a little bit more dexterous than me.
Yeah, it might be
Sunny
Sunny, because
lives-
Sunny is already in the crow's
Yeah,
nest.
he lives there.
I live in the crow's nest.
Okay. And who has like the most trouble kind of dealing with this space?
I'm not very dexterous, but I can pull my weight.
Let's have
right.
everyone make just a dexterity check.
Can I also roll to help Myrtle?
the best.
Monty does have a soft spot.
Sure, Murdoch can
So-
roll with advantage.
Maybe like tie a rope around him and like try to.
Oh my god.
6.
I will take that advantage.
What's my dex?
All right.
Are you kidding me?
My dex is +2. Okay.
Takai, no.
So Takai, oh my god, you are not very
Myrtle, you're
dexterous.
weighing me
No.
down.
So those who roll below a 10, you're not. I think you like slip
my God.
initially from like the sweat on your palms grabbing the ladder here. This is almost like kind of climbing up like the side of like a ropes course.
Gross.
Where it's everything is secure, and it is this has been around for a long time. It's been checked. People have done this before. But do you really trust the last person who inspected this particular ladder? And so that's why you're kind of, it takes you extra time to kind of get up. You're at the back of the group. But this is not particularly challenging to climb. Once you get up to the walkway, you kind of can then walk further inward into the small kind of carved walkways along the interior. And you're a little more comfortable there, though not totally, because as you make your trek up higher and higher, with Shades leading the group, the width of the walkway for most of this journey is only wide enough for like one large person, maybe two small people side to side. There are no railings, and it is a long drop down to the ocean. You are already at least 100 feet up here. You can feel at this height the cool evening air brush against your hair and against your face, the salty taste of the sea-swept fog on your lips. As you get to an intersection area, like a space dug into the mountainside, kind of a cave-like area, where more people are kind of gathering and crisscrossing, you're seeing kind of the life in this space. This is a intersection, a waypoint for folks about to go into the Grand Line and try their hand at a mystery and adventure that no one has yet been able to complete. And folks coming from that space, from one of the other seas into the South Blue. This is the closest, it is the pirate hangout for a variety of different groups. You get the smell of sweat and alcohol adding to the atmosphere here, along with a diverse variety of languages and accents. Along with Common, there is Infernal, Elvish, Undercommon, and even a little bit of Primordial as well. Canis, you in particular get a lot of eyes on you, just kind of based on your whole getup.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're basically a cop,
Right?
walking through this
I'm
sort
a
of
cop trolling
environment.
through Compton.
Yeah, and you are probably bumped into a few times purposely.
I stick close to McCleary.
Yeah, and speaking
And
of
Myrtle, I guess too.
McCleary, you get a different kind of attention. There's a few people who kind of do like double takes, almost as if in recognition,
Ooh.
as you're walking by. You guys continue to climb through the next layer up, hearing cheering and sea shanties down below from people who are on their ships, kind of docked, or just in various the equivalent of taverns and such in the different caves of this space. You're now something like 300 feet near the peak of this particular part of the space. All the sounds here echo, reverb a lot against the rocky exterior of the bay. The walkways here are thicker, supported by stone beneath, and appear fresher than the rest. You're not sure this is because like it's made of sturdier material, more important for some reason, or just replaced more recently. You turn inward, kind of into the interior of the mountain, into a cave-like space led by shades. And this cave is itself entirely pitch black ahead of you. And as you turn behind you, you can only kind of see like the yellow orangish glow of the bay and all the feisty activity happening there. You keep walking, following shades, until the speck of light behind you is entirely gone. You've not turned. It's just now you are in a thick, heavy darkness. And you hear a voice call out, and it says, "Above the stars you search for me. Beneath the horizon you see me. At the end of the line you find me." And Shades, as if this is like the most normal thing that's ever happened to her, says, "The Tree of Names." And immediately a bluish purple light appears in front of Shades and emanates all around you until it turns into a more normal orange yellow glow brought out by torchlight. Shades turns to the eight of you and says, "I always enjoy the look of rookies meeting Pitch's crew for the first time. Let me grab the music."
Oh, we're meeting Pitch.
Here we get to meet the dude.
You
Is this
Gonna
fish
happen
still?
today.
Oh no, is this fish? Is this fucking fish?
Oh,
Is this fish Dilf?
what the
Hold
fuck?
on.
That's not a no.
Did we design sex fish?
We're gonna meet the man today. Hi, Bob.
One second here as I'm trying to get this damn playlist to work.
We need the music reveal.
It's okay. I was playing Fortnite.
Here we go. I think this is what I need to do. Okay. There we go.
Filth.
Okay.
Just sounds like you're saying filth, but with the accent I should have.
Filth.
Okay.
Phil.
Cool. With
Oh, it's just
visibility
London. Yeah.
restored and whatever magic used to shield the space gone, you get an upfront look at the hideout of the Pitch Black Pirates. The space is a large cavern with a table where some members are playing cards, a pool table, among other games. The wall to your left has 100 wanted posters bearing the names of the different crew members. You see, as a new poster is issued with a higher bounty, it's placed on top of the older one. They're kind of keeping track of their bounties like a game. Silver graffiti covers the entire expanse of the wall with 2 sentences. The first is in common, and it says, Doctors of Death. And then in Undercommon, Elvish, and Infernal layered on top of each other in this really cool geometrical, graffiti design, curing our patients of breath. The wall to your right has the wall to your right has a huge variety of maps with all sorts of markings, clippings, and notes scrawled on it, mostly in Undercommon. There are naval patches and medallions hanging from various places in the room, like trophies. There's at least one punching bag hanging from the ceiling, though it's more like a dummy. It's been crudely painted to resemble a generic naval officer. And let's talk a little bit about the crew that you see in this space. There's at least 7 or 8 other people in here. Playing poker at one of these tables is a red tiefling man and a half-elven woman. Each of them bears scars on their face, with the woman wearing an eye patch over her left eye. There is a broad-shouldered Goliath who's standing close to the wall, kind of watching all of you as you walk in. There's a drow and a half-orc by the map wall who were talking in whispers before getting quiet as you enter. Then, at the far back of the room where Shade is leading you all, seated at a small table with all manner of parchment and supplies, along with several leather pouches overflowing with gold and silver, you see the individual you're here to meet. The first thing you notice is that their pirate name is by no accident. While they wear a black cloak for sure, the physical body beneath looks more like a shadowy outline of a humanoid rather than a physical body. Naturally, it's utterly pitch black, as if looking into an abyss or the deepest cavern at the bottom of the ocean. The second thing you notice is the lack of facial features beyond their eyes, which are a contrasting stark white, as bright as the North Star, focused intensely on the 8 of you as you enter the room. Indeed, their eyes and the movement of their shadowy hands is the only sign of expression you can glean from them. And as you approach closer, you start to see wisps of black something. Is it smoke, magic, shadow itself? It's hard to say, but it keeps radiating off them as if they were some kind of dry ice, endlessly evaporating. This is Pitch, captain of the Pitch Black Pirates, with a bounty of 50,000 gold pieces. Let me first post the design from our lovely Julian Rush. If I can find I will post the full thing in a second, but I'll post the token here for you now.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
that's not
Cool.
fish dilf.
That's Shadow Daddy.
Shut
Um,
up.
Shadow Daddy.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Standing at their right-hand side, every pirate captain has a first mate, is an armored humanoid figure. Standing no more than 5'5", maybe 5'4". Their whole body is encased in a body-tight armor. There are blue runic symbols etched into the exterior, barely visible beneath a large gray shawl that they're wearing over both shoulders. That's also hooded. The blue symbols merge into neon blue lines over their headpiece. And what you don't see, but what I imagine the camera pans to, is an image of this figure standing next to Pitch with text appearing on screen. And perhaps Shades has mentioned this to you on the side. The name Jet, Jet, Pitch's right hand, bounty, 40,000 gold pieces.
Damn.
Let me reveal the design for Jet. This design is by Squaffle.
Nice.
And let me see if I can find just real quick the full. Oh yes, perfect. I found the full version of the pitch commission. Thank you so much, Julian. This is fantastic. Cool. And let me check one more thing here. I think the music stopped.
These are some serious pirates. Everyone mind your P's and Q's.
Just
That's a fucking
Yeah.
ghost.
doctors of death curing our patients of breath. That's so fucking metal.
A rap lyric.
Yeah.
Yo.
Give me
it's an
one quick
elvish
second as I figure out.
Yeah, music was
the
hot
damn-
too, man.
Yeah.
I thought Kendrick Lamar was about to pop up in here. Like, what the fuck? Yo!
I got good taste when it comes to rap
You
music.
do.
Apparently. The
I
kids,
love,
they
Run
listen
the
to the
Jewels.
rap.
Ruben, you are pretty fly for a white guy.
Excellent.
My boy, go.
Okay.
Go white boy, go white boy.
Pitch says, "Long time no see, Shades. What brings you to the den?" And she says in return, "What? I'm not allowed to say hello to an old friend? Oh, not asking for anything? You have changed." And just for reference here, for like my own purpose, I'm not trying to mimic them, or I'm not a good enough voice actor to be anywhere close to these people. But my kind of who I would cast in the anime adaptation of this campaign for Pitch, Zeno Robinson, and for
Okay.
Jet, either like Chris Okawa or Alex Lee.
Okay.
In terms
Okay.
of the voice print. Shade says, "So, we're here for one of your log poses. I know you have one, and I think you owe me something." And he says in return, whoa, hold up just a minute, Specs. You are going to introduce me to your new kids first." And she gestures to you all to say hello.
I step
I'm Sunny.
forward
That's not
first.
my mom.
I'm Myrtle. She's also not my mom.
Name's McCleary, and she be the captain.
And I step forward and say, "And I'm the first mate."
"Oh, Shades, you brought one of them here?" And immediately, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
God fucking damn it.
12.
You are grabbed at the back of your neck by Jet, who is on you immediately, and is like forces you to your knees on the ground with surprising strength. Again, this person is like 5'5". And Pitch kind of leans forward a little bit. The shadowy wisps coming off their, kind of every inch of their body. Again, this like constant evaporation of this smoky essence. And I want you to like imagine these eyes are shifting and are very expressive along with their hands. It's again the only kind of way you're getting any emotion from this person. And they say, "So what kind of brings you with these pirates, friend?"
That's on a strictly need to know business.
Oh, Lord.
"Oh, I think I need to know. You're here. You want something from me. You gotta tell me."
I look at Shades.
She nods.
"I'm not here for you." And I look at Pitch. "Or you."
Pitch doesn't smile, but the eyes have the expression that you would get from a smile
Yeah.
as Jet holds you down still, not relenting one bit. Prove it.
And how would you like me to do that?
I don't know. You got to give me something convincing. You're someone from the Imperium. You walked into my home, and you want my help. Trust is a difficult thing to earn, and you got some points with Shades here. But look, I got to make sure that the folks I'm giving this pass to are the right kind of people.
Fuck. Okay. No, that's probably a dumb move. Never mind. Yeah, fuck it.
Do it.
I cast Channel Divinity Order's Demand. And I say, let go of me and sit back down.
What do I have to do?
Roll a wisdom saving throw. Actually, hold on a second. Let me double check. Yes, roll a wisdom save.
Okay. Does a 21 save?
Oh shit.
Yeah, 21 saves.
Cool. He this time shoves your face to the ground and puts his armored boot at the back of your neck. Shades is watching carefully, but you get the sense of like she's friends with these folks, but there is kind of a code here. She can't intervene in this. This is between you and him, or in them, I should say. Pitch leans forward, kind of looking over the table at you on the floor. You can barely make them out from your position. Before I kind of say what Pitch says in response, what is everyone else's response as this is happening?
Yeah, you guys do anything? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
Mahiri looks like he really wants to intervene, but also like he understands as much as Shades does.
He's wait.
Go ahead.
Razim is it's like his smile has left his face, and he's just watching to see if it gets any further violent, any further.
Razim's not.
I'm gonna keep to myself what I plan to do if it gets really stupid.
Okay.
Until it actually happens.
Razim's not smiling,
Actually,
but Monty is.
I'll send it to Ruben. I'll send it to you. That way you could just do it if something really crazy happens.
Okay, sure.
Moosh is kind of settled up next to Canis, and its teeth are a little bit more jagged, like as if made out of like glass. And it's kind of like rattling. It's like rattling its like spines a little bit, like defensively. That's about all it's doing.
Cool.
The moment, like, ever since they got here, Takai has been like in high anxiety mode, like a combination of, oh god, these are real pirates, and oh fuck, I need to like not let down Captain Shades. But the moment Canis gets his face shoved even harder into the floor, Takai snaps his fingers and his packed weapon appears in hand, and he's just kind of nervously eyeing both Shades and McCleary, just waiting to get for one of them to give a signal.
Pitch leaning forward over the table, looking down at at Canis, who's now, on the ground in a prone position. Let me clear this real quick. I don't know why it keeps. This beat is so good. Okay. Pitch says, "Look, you can't try some spells on me and think that that's going to resolve the problem. You have to be a big boy and give me some kind of assurance that you aren't going to hurt my friend here."
Okay. All right. Here we go. I cast Zone of Truth on myself. And I say, I am not a threat to you. Let me go.
And this is truthful?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Pitch turns and looks over to Jet and gives like a small nod of their head. Jet immediately releases you and steps back, and almost as quickly as they grabbed you, is now next to Pitch beside them. And Pitch says, look, we gotta be careful about this sort of thing. You're asking for something really, really, really important. And, gotta keep people safe.
You got the resources out of me, Ruben. I stand back up and brush myself off. I crack my neck. I go back and stand next to Shades.
Now, I'm a reasonable guy. I'm happy to lend you one of my spare pieces, but I'm gonna need something from all you first.
And
they look at the 8 of you. Kids, this is the part where you take out all your gold and place it on my table here.
What?
McCleary laughs and just empties his pockets, and shows that he has no gold at all.
You owe me money, old man.
Do y'all think that there's something you could do for me that might be helpful? Are you of any use?
we're a capable crew, yeah.
I'd rather do that because I want to buy something to eat later. Razim has his smile back.
All right. Well, if you really don't have any money, can't really blame you there. I guess, Shades, you're really pulling up from the second bench here. All right. I think there's something that we could work out. I'm gonna need one of you to make a binding vow with me to ensure that you actually do this, because I'm going to the line in just a bit, but I don't want to have to chase you around just to make sure that you're doing my chores for me. I want you to do this because you have to. So who is it going to be?
We get to know
What needs
you
doing?
first?
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, okay. We're
you're
Monty
right, that's
steps
cool.
forward.
I think we should. Oh, okay.
Wait, lad, wait. McCleary don't have any gold,
Cool,
but we can always pay with what we do have.
Your gun.
Our bodies, no.
No, I mean,
A
you
lot
all
from
have
our-
gold, don't you? Like,
I have 7.
well, it's better than 0. I mean, we make.
I want
Oh,
to
no.
eat tomorrow.
I'm
Look at you,
broke.
fool, lad.
I
Wow.
have no money.
You'd rather make a binding. All right, well.
How about we all roll for it? Lowest roll gets it. Gets the binding thing.
Well,
I just
Monty
did.
Monty has offered it up already.
Oh, he
Yeah,
offers
Monty's
his
sort of
tribute?
looking
Oh,
for
you
it,
know
you
what?
guys,
Oh,
like-
man, I wish I
Sounds
could stop
super
him.
cool,
Go ahead.
And if nobody else would have volunteered, Sonny probably would have.
Way to
This
go,
sounds
Monty.
badass. I want to do it. Oh, okay.
Monty is offered as tribute.
Pitch takes your palm, and you're the first person to kind of like be touched by Pitch. And Pitch says, I need you to deliver a message to someone for me. This is for the Winged Devil. They're the captain of the Devil Pirates in the Grand Line. If this isn't completed before you get to the end of Paradise, which is the first half of the Grand Line, and Anchor 12, as she's explained, trying to get to, you'll die.
Monty nuts.
Cool.
It's good insurance. And you feel your skin around your, like, just below your palm on the underside facing upwards. Their skin is cold to the touch, and you feel a piercing, like, ice burn as purple and black runes are drawn on your hand in an instant. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, hopefully my constitution's good. It's pretty good. I have that for me at least. Not good enough.
Might be.
13.
Mhm, maybe.
You're gonna take 7 points of cold damage,
Oh, that's not bad. Oh wait, I have defense against cold.
brought down to 4.
Nice. No big deal to Monty.
Because you're an ocean person. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. So, they give you a corked bottle that has a small little parchment inside. Bring this to the Winged Devil. That's what they call themselves, but you might also hear his name as Pan. That's
God bless you.
Pan.
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
It's dusty in here.
How's that spelled, Ruben?
Pan.
Pan.
Okay, just
Pan, the Winged Devil, captain of the Devil Pirates.
Gotcha. All right. Monty nods.
Cool. Pitch, like you see kind of their hand extend and like a small like shadowy flame ignites from nothing, and in its place is left a log pose. It looks like a watch that has a small hollow glass sphere on top of it, and inside of it is a compass pointer, silvery white with a red tip. That the red tip points in any direction of space, down, left, right. I think I posted the picture of it in the chat earlier.
Yes.
did.
Yep, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Last session.
Who's gonna hold on to the log pose? Who's the navigator again?
I am.
Okay.
Monty
I
hands
will-
it over to you.
He takes it and says, he gives you a knowingly sympathetic nod to the deal you have taken, and then tucks the log pose away.
Okay.
Monty doesn't look, it doesn't face him.
Well, very nice. I'm glad we can do some business together. I hope I can see y'all at some point in the line. I heard some folks are getting closer to the last island, and I don't want to let you and this interesting crew you got here, Shades, get ahead of me again. We're going to get it this time. And Shades smiles and says, in your dreams.
Ha! So there.
Fuck you.
Cool. Shades then kind of smiles and says thank you and begins to turn and says, we have what we need.
Did any other pirate groups see that exchange? Was that very public, or was that rather like, par of the course here?
They're
The
a little
only-
secret cave.
Yeah, you're in their little hideout.
Oh, they have their own height. Okay, so no. Okay.
So no, you only got humiliated in front of the biggest pirate group of this particular region.
And word
believe
spreads
them
fast.
anyways.
No.
Quick question for you. With the,
Sure.
the pirate leaderboard, is that just for the members that are in the tavern itself? Or is that like a global, like, this is the top of the entire world type of thing?
You mean the pirate, the bounties in this particular space?
Yes.
Yes. So in this space, it's just the pitch black pirates. It's kind of their team tracking of where they're at. I think I don't have the specific numbers in front of me. I imagine that most of them are in like the 20 or 30,000s. Jet is at 40,000, and then Pitch is 50,000.
Okay.
And for comparison, Shades, I believe I said was 8,000.
Okay.
All right, let's go get some more numbers.
All right. Okay. So y'all begin taking the trek back down from this very interesting little scene. I'm curious, any sort of reaction from the crew as you're making your trek back down to the
Ruben?
ship?
Ruben,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to declare Jet my rival.
Oh, yes.
Yo, oh.
I
okay.
love this for you.
Yes. Okay.
So happy for you two.
That Bay Bam
Let's
is gonna
go.
kick your ass.
Okay. And just to make sure, Jet was the person in the
The
shawl,
one that pinned him.
the one that pinned you.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. For those in the audience, I'm now going to pull up for the first time in our campaign the rival rules, just so that you have an idea of what just happened. This is anime as fuck, guys, and I love it. What happens in this campaign is that if you declare a rival, you get both benefits in future combat against them, but it also gives that character additional narrative importance. Now, Jet is going to reappear at some point. Let me give you a very quick rundown of what benefits you get if you are in combat against Jet again or against the Pitch Black Pirates, just Canis. The first ability is called Dio. Or Dio! You get a +1 to attacks against your rival while they are within line of sight. You have advantage on initiative rolls against them or the Pitch Black Pirates. You have an ability called Leave Him to Me. If it's just the two of you fighting within like 10, 15 feet, 19s count as crits. And then lastly, you won't get away with this, which basically only really matters if you fight Jet next time and Jet survives or whatever. You will then get at each additional encounter after that next encounter, higher damage output against them, starting with a additional 1d4 to every attack, and at level 10, that becomes an additional d8 per attack against your rival. So you get all these benefits, plus you get to dish out more stuff. Of course, they're gonna have some cool shit too. Fantastic, love it. All right, cool.
So thematic.
Anything else while you are walking down before I kind of narrate you back on the ship?
We're only there for about like an hour or so.
So you guys went up. The walk to the cave hideout was like maybe a 20-30 minute trek hike up this long winding set of walkways. You now have what you need, what you came here for. And Shade's bringing y'all back down to the ship to leave Black Bay and head to the Grand Line.
I guess I'll say something first.
Please.
So, Shades. So what's the deal with a ghost pirate over there? How did that happen? Like a sunburn or?
Like a sunburn.
It's one hell of a sunburn.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I carry aloe with me.
No, they're just like that. That's just how they are.
I mean, they didn't become that, like some type of curse or magic spell or like.
Razine, this is really not a very open, friendly approach you're taking here. We live in a very interesting and diverse world, and some people just happen to be shadow people.
There's this whole group of these people?
Well,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
they were hunted down, and I think Pitt is one of the last of them left.
Wow, that's kind of dark. Jesus.
Pun
Yeah,
No pun
intended.
intended, of
Fact.
course. No pun intended, of course.
Hunted down by Captain Zach Baggins.
Riley.
Yeah.
But no, pitch is nice. You just they will grow on you over time.
I hope not. I saw the burns.
But there won't be any trouble right now, right?
Oh, they're probably gonna want something to do with us once we encounter each other on the Grand Line. It's kind of a survival of the fittest there. People just there's not a lot of rules. The Navy tries to keep track of stuff, but they're way behind the ball.
You don't seem to be too worried that we might have to fight these people. I thought you guys were friends
We are friends.
who will probably fight and kill each other over treasure, right?
I mean, the hope would be that we would be able to get there before them, but you know what I know is not going to achieve that? Being afraid of them before we've even had a chance to get into the Grand Line.
I'd imagine
I'm not-
there's much more scarier things than them in the Grand Line.
Oh, I mean, look, you got all sorts of stuff in the Grand Line. It's not only the environmental stuff, there's giant whirlpools and sea monsters. It is a mysterious and strange place. You got voiceless talkers, you got overminds, you got all sorts of nonsense. It's a rough place, but you know, there's a reason why every single pirate who's worth their salt wants to go there. It's because everyone knows that the grand treasure, Silver Jolly's treasure, is somewhere at the end of it.
Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do then. Because I do not want to get close to that guy again. Yeesh.
And I don't want to stay here any longer because I can hear people. I can feel people staring daggers at the back of my neck.
Oh, well, don't want
Well, then
that.
why don't you just take your coat off?
Why don't you just tell him
It's more than a coat, lad.
You can just tell him not to do it. With your spell.
Well,
Right.
that sometimes doesn't work, as you have seen.
Yeah, you're right.
His will was stronger than mine.
Yeah. Couldn't be the spell just failed.
Just be better.
Just be better.
Just get good.
Just do better. Get good.
Wise words from Sunny.
Yeah,
Get good.
I get on the
Skill
ship.
issue.
As they're sort of talking about everyone kind of staring at Canis, Takai is just kind of gonna grab his wrist, hold his hand up, and say, "Hey, this guy may be a treacherous asshole, but he is our treacherous asshole, and we love him for it."
Don't touch me.
He immediately withdraws the hand and just says, "Understood."
Oh, so we're leaving you here then?
I'm coming. I'm first mate, lad. How are you going to get out of port?
Also,
Drive? No.
Also, by the way, guys. Hey, Monty. A brave guy there, man. I did not think you was gonna step up and to the plate like that. Your wounds okay? You need some cocoa butter or something? Kind of clean that up.
What is it with you and Burns?
Monty
You
just
seem to
stares
like
at you.
Various unguents.
He seems fine, guys.
He continues staring.
All right.
Make him uncomfortable, yeah.
He just smiles back.
He doesn't smile.
Well, anyway, Sonny, can you put that fucking rope around me again when we go down the ladder?
Yep.
All right. I need a lot of rope. Kind of
Okay.
thick. All right. Thank you.
Or I can push you off, and that'd be fun too.
Not preferable.
Oh, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. How far down is it, Ruben?
300 feet.
And fall damage is 10 every feet.
Are
Yeah, let's
you
not do
asking if
that.
you want to jump?
I
No,
don't
I'm not.
know.
I mean, if Myrtle will let me push him, then I will jump.
I
Stop
mean, he's
it,
an
all
old
of
man.
you.
You can try. Please don't, though.
I have a minus one
Fragile.
to strength, Nathaniel.
McCleary,
Yes.
someone, as you're walking past one of those intersection areas where a lot of the it's like a cave where there's like a bar and there's people milling about. He stops you by your shoulder and says, "Do I know you from somewhere? You look familiar."
Well, you might, laddie. I've been to Black Bay every now and again.
All right.
What does this guy look like?
He very similar to you. Bald man, maybe in his 40s or 50s. A little overweight, and definitely suntan and certainly burnt in certain places. You don't recognize him, but maybe you ran into him. It's like you're not, you can't quite put your finger on it. Maybe he's telling the truth, but certainly not anyone in your history that you would distinctly remember.
Okay. You know, you might look kind of familiar yourself there, lad.
Well, I get that a lot, I guess.
You know, we kind of look similar.
Are you sure you've
Come
never?
to think of it.
You said you've been to the Black Bay before.
Oh, aye, of course.
Who are you with then?
Oh, I be with Shades.
Huh. Thought she was in the line the last few years. All right, well, memory must be not as good as it used to. Safe travels.
Hey, you too.
That was a nice pirate.
Ah, nice feller, wasn't he?
I mean,
Yeah.
there is part of this that I think is important to note, which is like, there's this is a competitive industry by nature, but this is also like, you can't really start a fight here because everyone kind of accepts the basic premise that this is supposed to be a rest stop, right? Refuel, get supplies, make some negotiations, meet folks, have secret meetings here. This is a pretty safe place to do it. No one really wants to get into a shooting match here. And so there is an interesting kind of like camaraderie to it that you wouldn't expect from pirates. And these folks are probably going to want to kill each other as soon as they leave this place. But at least while they're here, it's friendly, it's family, it's nice. It's free.
Everyone's keeping it Disney over here. That's
Keeping it
It's
Disney.
easy breezy.
You get back to the ship, the anchor being pulled up back by the chain. The ship slowly begins moving towards the middle of the bay because, again, it's this like circular space here, and a large part of the wind is being blocked by the mountain. A small gust from the side gets through and allows the ship to catch like the outbound current, which brings you around the whole edge, almost like a very, very slow whirlpool or like a gravitational pull. And you're able to kind of use that momentum to pull you out of the bay, back into that very foggy, completely no visibility space. The fog is like before, and Shades, like before, has to very deftly guide the ship between different outcroppings of rock. While this is happening, anything else happens kind of conversationally with the group before you're kind of going to leave this space?
Not really.
No.
No, I think we just
Okay,
get
cool.
on
Just
up.
kind of keep my head down.
All right. All this is like fairly normal at first, nothing too out of the blue here. But the expression on Shades' face turns from her usual kind of quiet calm to one of confusion, not worry or anything, because that's not her MO. But she says to herself, the fog doesn't usually extend this far out. Look out. Be on the eye for trouble.
Okay.
All right, aye, Captain.
Let me
It's sunny, right?
Yeah.
let me move y'all over to the ship. I would like you to tell me where you are on the ship.
My house.
All right,
Okay.
Let me see.
I would like to be. I'll be up near the captain in case I got to take the wheel or something.
Okay.
Where am-
I'll be up in the front.
I think I would have. I'll be relatively near the captain because I probably do want to. I'm thinking about talking to her about something.
Okay.
So I'll probably
Cool.
be right there.
Takai is probably somewhere up in the rigging, just kind of keeping an eye on things.
All right. Cool. The fog begins to clear. And in the cleared mist, you see that Shades was right to be concerned. What at first appears to be outlines of something at least twice as tall the ship. Maybe it's just the outcropping of rock. Maybe it's something weird with the stars. You're not quite sure. Maybe it's just the moon casting a weird reflection or something. And then you see it. Not one, but two. One to the port, one to the starboard side, flanking each side of the ship. The flag is illuminated by moonlight, but it's unmistakable. These are two battleship-class vessels of the Imperial Navy, utterly dwarfing the size of your vessel. I have a little picture here to illustrate the size difference that I think is important for you to realize at this point. Okay?
Oh, damn.
It's
Oh,
not
fuck.
flying, but that's the size of the ship.
Oh,
Canis, suddenly,
Hey, thanks for the raid.
Canis, something clicks in your head, in your mind. When you asked Pip about any strange happenings in the area, and she mentioned the naval traffic heading westward. Even earlier, the villager you asked on Cappy Island, who said something very similar. It's at that moment that you realize the danger of the situation. The two ships on the outskirts of Black Bay waiting for you. Shades immediately tries to make a sharp turn to the starboard side, which tilts the ship in the process, given how dramatic it was. And as she kind of evens out the wheel, she calls out, her tone serious, but still very cool, collected, captainly. Don't worry, stay calm. We're not going to get into shooting match with them. We're not going to win. We're going to pivot back into the bay. Their ships are too big to follow us there. Make sure those in the cannons, defensive fire to deter them, but be careful to avoid their McCleary.
Yes.
You're the closest to Shade, so you see this happen most clearly.
No.
No,
Shit,
Ruben,
no.
don't you do anything to her.
Wait.
No.
Ruben, you paid for
Ruben,
character art of
Come
her.
on, man.
Told you. I told you guys.
No,
Damn
what
it.
was that? You paid
No.
for character art.
Ruben, what's your PayPal? I will pay you to keep her here.
Give me your Venmo.
I haven't said anything yet.
Ruben, we're not going to Halloween Horror
We
Nights
know
anymore.
you. We've worked
You
with you
retract this,
before.
we're not going.
Riley's gonna go to Halloween nights with a knife.
I'm gonna go alone and send you pictures.
You know, I live here. I could do it whenever I want, right?
I will evade you.
Um,
Let the man speak. Let the man speak.
Yeah.
So, McCleary, you see what appears to be an inky black circle appear behind her, undulating with like wave-like movements, like a small sideways tide pool of purplish black energy. I think maybe a good kind of visual reference point is like Kumogiri from My Hero Academia, like the warp gate guy. Or like any kind of Stargate. It's that kind of just like, you know, it doesn't have any depth to it. It's just a circle that kind of has this kind of weird radiating energy. She turns towards it for just a moment before, and you see, McCleary, a hand grab onto her from the side and yank her back with force into this void, this gate, whatever it is. The portal, this black portal-like thing, kind of akin to, for those who have arcane training, dimension door-like effect, but not quite. And if you have a question about that in a second, I will explain. It closes almost instantly, so fast that a section of her red tri-cornered pirate hat is cut in half as it slips off her head from the sudden jerked movement. The black gate is gone. Shades is gone.
I grab at like the tricorn hat as it falls, and I say, "Oh, holy hell!" And I sort of run to the deck and I yell, "We just lost the captain, lads!"
What happened?
I don't know. There was a portal. Something grabbed her.
Some type of dimension gate or whatever.
McCleary, get on the wheel.
Aye. I grab the helm, and I say, "We're gonna try to turn back to Black Bay still."
But what
If
about
she-
the captain?
The captain's gone. I'm in charge.
We're staring down these bastards. If the captain wasn't prepared to fight them, there's no way we can.
You have a point. Does it look like there's a way out of the bay, or are they like pretty certainly corralling us in?
Ruben.
Oh no, he was also put through the portal too. He's been taken.
No.
I'm muted. Sorry, I'm muted.
Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Sorry. You're at like the part of the bay that like opens out into the open ocean, which is how these big ships can be there. They couldn't follow you in because the bay isn't deep enough for them. Plus, they can't navigate around the outcroppings of rock and such. However, I regret to tell you that this is not the only gate that opens on the ship tonight.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
You see one on the starboard side, blackish purple, open up. It doesn't make that much of a sound, but any kind of disturbance in the air here is electric. And you hear, this is it? Those two made it sound like she brought something more interesting. Well, I got what I came for. One moment as I grab music that I hope plays this time.
Wait, sorry, my computer
Oh.
crashed. What happened?
Shades
Shades
is gone.
is gone.
Snatched
No,
the
I know
captain.
Shades is gone. I heard, oh, but there's not. That wasn't the only portal, and then my computer turned
I
off.
think someone just boarded the ship through another one of those
Yes.
portals. It sounded like.
Yeah, we're gonna have to throw hands.
Okay. The very moment the unknown figure is finished speaking, the very instant you turn and lock eyes with the source of that voice, a strange, unusual, intense, violent force overcomes your body and mind, as if a 1,000-pound weight has just been added to your shoulders, as if the force of gravity has suddenly gone up tenfold in a singular moment. Your muscles they feel locked in place. There's a sharp tingle at the back of your neck that pulses, and an ache that spreads through your throat and down to your chest, like a dark ichor has encased your rapidly beating heart. The words this figure says are simple, bland almost, and yet there is a palpable sense of dread that floods your senses, like from some kind of killing intent, as something approaches with such an overwhelming will that is so dangerous. To breathe too loud is to ask for death. It's like you have stepped on a twig in a forest in the middle of the night, having been followed, and now feel the presence of some unknown creature breathing behind you. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, and I need you to tell me if you roll below a 10.
Oh god.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh my god, here, man.
Chances don't look good for me, guys.
I have a +4.
18.
Oh, I rolled above.
Oh.
Oh,
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
honey.
I got an 18.
I'm not fig anymore.
You're not big anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the list. And can someone roll for Freya, please?
What's her wisdom? What's her
Two.
Well, probably a 0.
21.
21.
1v1.
I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to ask you for your number. Takai,
16.
16. Fail. Razim,
Razim is 18.
18. Pass. Myrtle,
18.
18. Pass. Monty,
16.
16. Fail. Sunny,
Nice.
2.
You heard me.
Oh
Cool.
god.
And Freya got a 21. Canis,
Crit 24.
nice. McCleary,
18.
18. Very, very good. Very good. Okay. So here's what immediately happens. Sunny collapses and is unconscious. Before this person has said a second sentence, the effect of whatever has happened here is so dramatic. They are knocked out in the crow's nest. Those who rolled below a 17, which is Monty and Takai. Monty and Takai, that effect that I was describing earlier of your body being so overwhelmed by something that you can't move, that is continuing. You are stuck. Again, it is as if you are in this perpetual state of fright that is so dramatic, your body can't process it. You, for the time being, take the stunned condition. You are incapacitated. You can't take any actions. We'll discuss in the second whether or not you have an opportunity to escape that. So, all things considered, one person is unconscious, 2 people in the party are stunned, the other 5 are not unaffected. You still feel the effect of this, whatever happened, but you are able to either fight it off or you're maybe by the adrenaline of the situation powering through it. Now, let's see. I just described the effect. Again, I want to say he has said 3 sentences.
And it was awful.
Don't get this guy talking, apparently.
Yeah, right?
Right? Shit. Fuck.
Now, only now do you see the source of the voice. The figure who came out of the portal. It's a human male, tall, lanky, somewhere between 18, 20 years old. He has reddish brown hair, sharp green eyes, freckled face. He wears a shirt with puffy sleeves and a popped collar. He's a blue-purple vest over his chest with the upper portion unbuttoned. He wears a golden buckle on one of his several belts, signifying his position in the Imperium. He's not wearing the usual naval uniform. And like the twins on Cappy Island, you recognize the more casual outfit as a sign of officer rank. It's something that they get as a benefit for being higher up. Each of you who's still conscious, which is currently 7 of you, you can put 2 and 2 together. His mention of 2 other people and the name they said before your battle in the village square back on Cappy Island a few sessions ago.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I've only given you a bare physical description. Perhaps what's most important to note is that this figure, this naval officer, has a look of frustration and boredom. Like this is completely beneath him. And it is. Because this is not your average naval officer. This is Captain Achilles.
At least we know what his weakness is.
Zing.
What?
Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna post.
Captain Achilles, I was picturing him in his mid-50s, but he certainly does not.
He's an unassuming
He's
child. He's an unassuming child
like,
that's gonna
he's
murder
not-
us all.
He looks like a shithead.
Nate, would you mind posting the image in the full Twitch so people can see?
Yes.
This is by Vieira, who I'm so grateful for. I will explain later why
Wow.
this is such a fantastic design, but yes, this is the person
Oh
who
my
pops
god.
Nice.
The freckles.
out.
The one sharp tooth. The
Yeah.
that's a good detail.
This is Captain Achilles. There is a brief moment here now that those of you who are not stunned, so that is 5 of you who are not unconscious or stunned, who have the ability to, well, you tell me what you like to do. You have kind of, again, a bullet time here, a brief instant to do something, if anything.
Okay. I mean, if
okay.
he's as strong as I think he is, there's no point in doing anything.
Oh boy. Mage armor. I'm sorry. You sound like you expected that. Actually, can I bonus
Shield of
action and bring
Faith.
out the doll too?
Bring out
Or
the
no?
doll.
Absolutely, you're free to do
Yeah.
whatever you like.
Okay,
or
so-
at least you can try.
All right, I'm gonna bring out little Z. Except he's gonna look exactly like me.
Excellent. Is he as tall as you as well?
Yes, every single detail.
Cool.
Approach.
I am going to do something with Moosh going back to crawling underneath the deck to go a little bit downstairs or into one of the rooms, and have it like whisper to him really quickly and say, "Replicate the sound of Shade's voice if I ever tell you to." And he's gonna go into one of the other areas, and he's going to await my signal in case we need a distraction.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Anything else or anyone else who has a brief moment to act?
No, I think I just try to make a quick maneuver, grabbing the wheel.
Okay.
Shield of Faith.
Cool. And what does that do?
It just makes my AC 18. instead of
Excellent.
16.
Cool. He steps forward onto the deck of the ship. The portal behind him closes, and he is a relatively unassuming looking person. He does not look particularly physically strong. He's tall, lanky, and he looks utterly uncaring about the entire situation here. There is not. Shades has a cool, calm, collected approach to things. This is like, this is work. Not even that. You're not quite sure. It's unusual because the aura coming from this sort of person is so contrasts like the physical appearance that you're encountering here. He looks around at the 8 of you and like scratches his like cheek like a little like a little tick. So you are what Captain Shades brought here.
And what do you want with Shades?
I am not going to respond to vermin. Here's
know,
what's
Lenny,
going.
Boarding a ship without permission of the captain is in violation of international maritime law. You might just be a pirate here.
I like it.
Ruben outside of character loves the legal usage here, and
You can't do that.
let me take a quick look at something.
Is that a rule? Is that allowed?
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, McCleary.
Oh shit.
Oh no. We didn't build a very smart party.
Oh, nat 20.
Shit. All right, you don't take any damage as there is a glare towards you, and you feel this effect, like just from him turning towards you, that like you feel like could have done serious damage to your faculties.
Oh fuck no!
He starts sweating, A little bit.
Wait, what? Brian,
Ryan, tell me what's happening.
what is this?
Was that Feeble Mind?
Yeah, the stupid. He was gonna give
Oh,
me the stupid.
It's
he almost, he almost got the
hold on. I would like those who have the ability to use magic to make an Arcana check.
We
I
have to
will
be
do that.
awake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to be conscious.
All right, my Arcana check is.
That
You would
20.
think,
I got a 15.
Shit, nice
24.
rolls.
you would think as a magic user, I would, even with a -1.
So here's the thing. Those of you who know how magic works even a little bit, magic has certain properties that are similar across the board regardless of use, whether it's a wizard, a cleric, a sorcerer even. When you do identify magic, you see a kind of an aura around magical objects, almost like DBZ style. Curious, the effect here doesn't appear to be magical whatsoever, or at least there is no signs, there is no trace of any sort of elemental power, any sort of magical objects. There's no spell book on his person. He doesn't have any particular weapons. You don't see even a sheathed blade or any space for that, despite the belts. And there are other qualities too which indicate against being a sorcerer, which would be the only other possibility of just innate magic, because there's no casting, there's no components, there's just the look, and McCleary had almost taken a hit of something. You're not sure what it is.
Discreetly, Myrtle is going to kind of rub his eye patch a little bit and kind of slightly peek it up a little bit, and he's going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
See if there's anything glowing on him that's causing these magical effects.
On Achilles?
Yes.
Sure. There's no objects on him. There's no item, there's no wand. This is a very rare situation of what you see is what you get. There is, again, physically unassuming, not a magical effect. You're not sure what this is. Whatever this is, whatever's happening here, none of you have encountered anything like this in your travels or your exploits or your research. Whatever this is beyond you, at least at this moment. This is the first time you've encountered this particular situation. To make things easy, I think we should all roll initiative.
Okay.
Fucking way.
Oh boy.
Click your pogs, boys.
Good old Igu Far. Oh wait, I forgot to set my eyesight.
I forgot to
my
click
sheet.
my
I forgot
pog.
about that.
Be right back.
5.
The slow ass dice roll.
I got a 17.
Where was this bullshit roll when I needed to make a save?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Fucking 9.
All right, I need to get everyone manually again. Razim, what'd you get?
17.
Thank you, sir. McCleary, what'd you get?
9.
9, thank you. Can someone roll for Freya? And let's see here. Canis, what'd you get?
I got a 5.
Cool.
Freya got a 3.
Thank you so much. Let's see, who am I missing?
Me.
Kai's there. Monty,
I got 11.
thank you. And then Myrtle,
15.
15. Thank you, sir. Okay. This, again, it's initiative. Does not necessarily mean you have to do any particular combat. It's just to help structure the order of operations here, right? I want to stress this. The decisions that you make now are yours. I would like you to do what you think your character would do in this moment, given the situation that has happened. I'm not going to give you any tips. I'm not going to give you any tricks. This is up to you. First thing that happens, kind of in the order here, is Sunny. Sunny, I'm sorry about this. You are still unconscious. You might be able to be woken up by someone else so they can get to you, but there has been, to this point, no disturbance. You are still asleep. Am I misremembering your character race? Do you have advantage against effects that put you to sleep, or is that your last character?
That was my last one.
Last one, okay. Cool. Achilles. He looks at all of you and the situation and says, this is what's going to happen. The 8 of you are going to turn this ship around. You're going to go to Capital. You're going to turn yourselves in, and you're going to live a nice life in the Imperium. Because if we meet like this again, I'll kill you. Not right now. You're not worth the energy to kill. You're like little pieces of bacteria at the bottom of the ocean, desperately clinging to a heat vent in hopes of survival. He's going to... Let me make sure I have this correct. Yes. He turns towards one of the stunned individuals to his right, and Takai is the first person he sees, and he does not care, and so that is his target for the time being. You see from his eyes a golden orange glow, and in like an instant, a flash of something from his eyes hits you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
Sorry?
10.
Okay. You feel you're already stunned. You're already feeling like your muscles are stiff, locked in place, almost like you're being crushed by something. Whatever has just happened has, unfortunately, an added effect on you. You now feel this like sick feeling in your stomach, along with the intense force that came out of his eyes towards you. I need to roll some dice here. I don't have enough in front of me, so let me grab.
I don't like that.
A few. I'm just gonna roll this.
No counterspell. I'm level 3.
Counterspell?
I'm also a cleric. No, I said no counterspell. I'm level 3,
Okay.
and I'm also a cleric.
Cool. That's 11 points of force damage to you, Takai.
That's not bad.
And
you are also let's see here. Your speed is halved, and you can't take reactions. That's the effect he'll choose. And he looks at all of you and says, this is not... I don't really understand what you think is going to happen here. So, this is not a debate we're having. This is not an argument we're having. This is something that you're going to do now.
All right, lad. I hear you. We'll turn ourselves in, won't we, fellas?
And that's the end of his turn. Takai, at the end of your turn, you'll get to make another wisdom save to the initial effect. So make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Right. Depending on what I roll, I may be doing something here.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. Your body is still in fear of this, and I think the stuff that's happened in the last 10 seconds probably has confirmed that. You've just been blasted by this guy's eyes, and you're feeling hurt. Along with this person, you are also confused. Like you don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will say something though.
Please, please.
Right now, all that's going through Takai's head is the fear of being taken prisoner, being taken back. And so I'm going to push myself and use I Beseech the Muse.
Oh. Okay. Okay. This is another mechanic that I added to this campaign, folks. We're making it used tonight. I Beseech the Muse is pushing yourself. Let me back up a second. Players in this campaign, again, very anime-like stuff here, can sacrifice half of their HP for one of 3 kind of special abilities, one-off things. And at the end of the battle, you'll take 1 potential scar. We'll have a roll for it at the end of the combat. I Beseech the Muse gives you a 1d20 fate die to be used once for any attack, save, skill check, or damage roll. Is it my understanding that you want to use that on this particular wisdom save?
Yes.
So first...
God damn it.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, the 7's not going to save. You have 12, so you're now at 6 HP.
All right.
Next up.
So, and narratively, what I kind of want to say is that he desperately tries to push himself up, and then the light kind of goes out of his eyes a little bit as it just becomes too much.
Mm-hmm. Razim.
Okay, so seeing what's going on here, he's looking kind of grim already. He tries to get Achilles' attention. I want him to drop down here. The doll, Little Z is gonna stay right where he's at. So like where my position is, that's where Little Z is. And I'm gonna drop right here, I guess. Be right, and I call out to first I'll do bonus action. Bonus action. I want to flavor this as I'm doing this. I'm talking to him, so like to potentially distract him. So what I'm doing is, as for my bonus action, I'm using Annoying Dan. So my Presto Puppet is going to, since he's 30 feet close to him, he has to make a Wisdom saving throw, and if he fails it, every attack that Achilles does that's not against the puppet will be at disadvantage.
Okay. Let me roll a d20 wisdom save. I rolled an 18, and he has a plus. Yeah, 25.
Damn it, it's not gonna work. Okay, it was at 4. DC was 14.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I guess I'll start try to talk him down or something. I don't know. So he said. I guess I'll say. I'm nervous. So
why would you be nervous?
Well, he's nervous because he's really has this aura about him.
I'm joking. Of course you're nervous.
He's like, so hey, Achilles. Hey. Do we know his name, right?
You know his name because the lieutenants on Cappy Island said they reported to Captain Achilles, and it was his orders that the island be locked down and to get Captain Shades. This has been foreshadowed from the first session.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Okay. So, Achilles. Hi! Razim here. How you doing? Are you sure you're not on the right boat? You're on the wrong boat? Because, we were just, minding our own business, we wasn't doing anything wrong. Think you could just, go back to your ship and see if you were, maybe made a mistake.
Is this your action?
I don't want to attack.
Grimace
yet.
emoji.
Yeah, grimace emoji. I don't think there's anything I want to do yet. I kind of might. Should I hold an attack as an action? Like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna attack him.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I something tells me it's not the right time to attack.
Get out of here and then just not do what he says.
Yeah. Well, I think I might actually just be just conversation then. Living out the rest of your days in the Imperium, I mean, you make it sound like a vacation. You sure that's good enough for us? Maybe you should go somewhere else and find someone else more deserving of your generous offer. What do you say?
Is that the end of your turn?
Sure.
He responds. Let me make sure I have the description for this correct. He reaches out his hand in the space in front of him, his left hand, in the shape of like holding something, and you feel around your throat, Razim, a pressure as if someone were choking you. And
Damn.
your body begins to lift off the ground, not because you're floating, because you're being held. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. And since this is happening, I think Razim would know that something really bad's about to happen to him. So he is going to use one of his features for this throw. And I'll
Okay.
be using Wild Magic Surge.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, actually, I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. Tides of Chaos. I'm sorry. I'm using Tides of Chaos, so I get
Tides of
advantage on
Chaos.
this. Yes. Once per long rest, I gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay.
You got to roll
Yeah.
on the chart, though, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have to roll on the chart unless Rupert makes me do it. But I'm just gonna. Yeah, I get advantage on the saving throw. And you said it was a
Cool.
dex, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Only
First
make
dex
the
roll
roll.
was. Oh shit! A nat 20. So that's 22.
Dude, sick.
Nice.
So
Where you-
I think
where-
Nice,
where are you
nice.
rolling?
Roll the chart. Roll
Oh,
the chart.
I'm
Do it.
rolling on the D&D.
The wild magic chart. It's like
No,
100 things that could happen, right?
I
Oh,
have
shit.
to. Wait, Ruben, do I have to roll on the wild magic chart for this? This is just a sorcerer feature.
I don't think it's that
Has
has
to
to
be
be
a
when you cast
spell.
a spell.
It has to
Yeah.
be a
It's
spell.
just a spell? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can roll again, but I just got a nat 20.
Yeah, no, the nat 20 will do it. So you are able to you feel the pressure and your body about to be lifted, and you're able to like deftly just pull out from whatever that effect is. We now go to Myrtle.
Myrtle is going to kind of slowly like pace around, and he's going to send Moosh, flip him up in the air, and he's going to get a little bit larger and have more of like a what are they called? It's gonna look more like a Triceratops in appearance.
Okay.
And he's going to roll in front of Canis, and he's just going to look at the youngin and say, "All right, laddie, I know that you're all worked up, but we literally just made into a crew like 2 days ago. I mean, we're nothing but just typical sailors that have just been under this shades person. I mean, look at our wanted posters. We're just petty crime, if anything. If anything, imagine what we could be if you let us go. Maybe we could become a challenge for you one day."
You're not worth the time. You're not worth the time to be placed in the bottom of Anchor 12. You're not worth the time to kill you. This is boring. And I hope that you understand that you don't want to get me excited.
I'm sure there's plenty of fish in the sea for you to go after that aren't us. Maybe you should go have a conversation with Shades instead.
Did you not hear me what I said earlier?
I am old, to be
We are
fair.
not having a debate or a conversation or an argument. You are going to listen to what I've told you, and you're going to comply because you are in Imperial waters. And, well, frankly, you don't really have a choice.
Then if we're on our way, then we'll abide by what you say if you let our teammates live. Seem kind of scary.
Anything else you do, Myrtle?
That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to persuade this guy not to fucking murder us.
You can go ahead and make a persuasion check.
With my great 8.
Okay. Noted. End of your turn. We go to Monty. Monty, at the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
All right. Monty isn't gonna do anything here, so I will make that wisdom saving throw and hope you do well.
Okay. The DC is 17.
Yeah, because I'm still stunned, so I can't really move.
Correct.
Yeah, I have nothing of use.
Oh, nice.
Nice
Oh,
to
shit. You are unfrozen. Let me also note, if there is a new captain, you do have access to a crew action.
I checked. It's not that great.
No, it's
Not-
not
not-
that great.
Not a little one.
It's an extra attack, though. But cool. All right. Next up, we have McCleary. You're on the wheel
Yes. And their ship is beside us?
on both sides.
I say to him, "All right, laddie, I think you made your point. We'll turn around and head to Chime. We'll turn ourselves in."
Make a deception check.
How'd you know I was lying?
I imagine it's like breathing for you.
21.
21. Okay. Are you going to use your action to begin trying to steer the ship, or?
Can I get a sense of how much I convinced him?
You can go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh, I'm not good at that. 14.
You've only seen this person for, I think, in game time, it's like 20, 30 seconds now. You get the sense that maybe he believes that you are going to turn the ship around, but maybe there is something that he just kind of wants to like stretch his legs and do, which is, as you've already seen, not something you want to experience. In other words, it does not appear that he is content with merely having you immediately compliant. It almost feels like he would just like to step on a few ants.
I grab the wheel, and as I do, I say,
"You know what, laddie? On second thought, fuck the Empire."
and I whip out Karen, and I shoot at him.
Holy shit!
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Excellent. Character choices. Go for it. Feel free to make your attack roll.
That'll be a 21.
21 hits. Roll damage.
Okay, that's going to be 1d6. Where's my dice? 10.
Cool.
And I'm going to action surge and shoot
Okay.
him again.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
This first attack. Let me see one quick thing here. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn. Okay. That'll be 19.
Shit. 19. That saves. Whatever was about to happen doesn't happen. So you said 10 damage?
Yes.
Why are we so lucky right now?
Cool.
Speak
all
for
right.
yourself.
Roll your second attack.
I am.
15.
15 just hits. Roll damage.
Oh. 7.
7. Fantastic. McCleary, you're the first person on the ship to shoot at or target the captain, Captain Achilles. I want to know where you're aiming.
For his eyes.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
I was not expecting that answer. Okay. Shit. Okay.
What were you expecting?
I'm figuring that if he can't see us, you know.
Right.
Are you gonna blind
my
this guy who is
God.
essentially a pirate god? I would imagine.
Pirates, like Cyclops from the X-Men, hitting those optic blasts
Actually,
and shit.
yeah, I'm aiming.
Yeah, we're
for
gonna-
his eyes.
God damn.
No, yes.
Cool. So here's what I think narratively happens to make this make sense. I think you do aim, and if he was a normal person, this would be a kill shot. Over, easy, done. But in the last moment, you see like and only you can see this because you know your gun, you know your weapon, you shot this a million times. The bullets like change trajectory like at like almost the last second, and you for a moment you're like, how is this possible? I'm the one shooting the gun here. The bullets, instead of hitting his eyes, like scrape to the side, so it's like an inch or two left and right in both cases. So he has like red lines across his face where the bullets like have almost dug into his skin, flung into the ocean, bleeding, and he turns towards you.
That is all I can do.
Okay. End of your turn. He is going to use. Make sure I have the description for this correctly, because this one. Yeah.
Going to use Kill McCleary.
Power word, kill McCleary. McCleary only.
I need
Power
you to
word,
make.
fuck off.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, McCleary.
Okay.
You
24.
Jam! So good. Let me
Damn.
roll. Okay. You see, after he does this effect, let me make sure. Does this if inflict any damage on a? Okay, it does. So I need to roll. I'll roll this in the chat because it's 10d6, which you'll take half of.
Okay. Damn.
So you take 20 points
Okay.
of damage of force damage as you feel this like. You felt the kind of gravitational effect with that first ability, whatever that was. Now you feel like a grand piano has collapsed on top of you and is like jamming you into the deck of the ship. The sheer force of this energy, this whatever it is like pushing against your bones, causing your body to bruise. You're pushing up against something that isn't there, but is there at the same time. You're able to avoid falling prone and being stuck under this force, whatever this is. But you take this serious hit. And McCleary, you and everyone else who's looking at him in this moment, let me just make sure that this is correct. Yes. You see a little trickle of blood down one of his nostrils as after he did whatever this ability was.
Interesting.
All right, Stranger Things.
Canis.
Canis' hand was in his breast pocket as if he was going to grab something, but he takes his hand out and he says, how am I supposed to get out of here if I don't have a navigator?
That's not really my problem. You're the one who's on a pirate ship and has made this foolish decision. And can you tell me why you're wearing that and you're standing here?
Because... And Canis delicately walks over to him and Shit, this is not gonna go well. No, there's no. I can't do. We can't do anything. We just need to leave. There's nothing I can do here. I pass. I don't really. I can't explain myself here.
Okay.
And if I do anything, it's just gonna get us in more trouble. So
Okay.
I just remain silent and stare at the ground.
Okay. Who's Jaegering Freya?
Not me for combat. I was just rolling initiative, but
All good.
I
all
don't
good.
have. I don't
Or
have a
you,
sheet.
do you want to do it since you're like knocked out?
Do we even have our sheet?
I thought Riley had her sheet.
I did not.
No.
She said she
Is it
sent it
pink?
to Nate, but I don't know if she meant today or if she meant.
She
for
has
the-
not sent me anything.
All good.
Well, that's
I
what
think
happened
Freya would probably not attack in this situation.
Freya's
Yeah.
hiding
Yeah.
below deck because nobody wants to Jaeger.
Here's what I want to do for Sunny. It has been some time. You've heard some blasts. There's all kinds of gravitational shit happening. This is gonna shake the mast a little bit. Along with McCleary tilting the ship to the side, trying to divert direction. Make a wisdom saving throw. If you save this, you'll be awake at the start of your turn.
Make that save. Make that save.
Now, you rolled a 9. I'm going to dangle something in front of you. You could push yourself, sacrifice half your HP to get a d20 to add to this. The goal is to get a 17 or higher.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal?
The odds are in my favor for that. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Nobody even knows I'm fucking up here anyway.
You are at 12 HP. Roll a d20.
Roll that save. Roll that save. Roll that save.
9 plus 9 is 18, which passes the 17 DC. You are awake. Both you and Takai at the end of this combat will make a scar roll. But for now, you have a turn. What do you do?
Star roll.
Right. Well, because I've been asleep, I don't know anything that he said or done. So we're
Oh,
gonna
no.
play the. We're gonna be a little fool. I can see him from where I'm at, right?
Totally.
And is he in fact up against the side of the ship?
Yes.
Would you say that there are ropes up here that one could, I don't know, swing from?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Because that's what I would like to do.
Yes.
I would like to
yes.
try and swing
yes.
from here and just fucking kick him off the ship.
Amazing. Amazing. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh,
I don't know what he's been up to. This is just some dude. I fell asleep. Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh fuck
You're
yeah!
all rolling
Wow.
so well.
Yeah.
today.
What the
We're being
fuck?
saved by these
Amazing.
rolls.
let's go, Spider-Man.
I
This is-
sacrificed all of my luck for all.
This is
The
great.
dice really said, "Oh, you want to be smart?" No.
you
Sonny,
you
saving
slow
us.
down in dramatic fashion, and are you like going for like a hit to his chest to like Sparta
Yeah,
kick him off?
absolutely. Yep.
Excellent, excellent. You connect, and for the first time in this combat, there looks like a slight bit of surprise in his expression. He's not expecting a little brat to like fucking swing in like Tarzan at him, and you hit him in the chest. He topples over the edge for a moment. You're probably swinging back towards a mast as you kind of move back from that hit, and you see at first he appears to like have been actually knocked off the ship, and then you see him slowly reappear beside the ship, like 5 feet off of it, floating.
Well, that's not good.
It's not on a ship anymore, right?
He's
Book
not on the ship, but he's certainly
Book it.
He's like, guess who can get in the water though? Turn.
anything else for your turn, Sunny?
let me. Does that count? That counts as my action, I would think. Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It will. It's like an attack.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's I figured that much. I would like to. Oh, I'm not more than 60 feet from you. Yep. I'm gonna look at Takai and I'm gonna go, hey, you're not looking so great. Maybe be better. And I don't mean it in the way that he said, like, just be better to Canis earlier. But it's like, oh no! And I'm gonna second level healing word.
Okay.
Excellent. Let's see here.
9 for Takai.
Ooh, fuck yeah. I can fuck with that.
Okay.
And if he is, do people see him floating, or is he like below where you would like, unless you were on the edge?
You probably can't immediately see him. It'll take him like a few seconds to hover back up.
Okay, I just kind of go, he's not in the water. He's in the air.
Please tell me we're leaving.
And
Please
then
tell me
I'll be
we're
done.
leaving. Please tell me we're leaving. Please tell me we're leaving.
It's Achilles' turn. He will use his
No.
movement to
But what if
hover,
it wasn't?
What if he just
Oh,
fucked
God.
off?
to hover
Keep
back
up
up.
with the boat. How
Um,
fast are we going?
Let me see.
We
I
can
mean,
kick it into maximum overdrive.
All
y'all should have got
sails-
the engine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna get Razim, Myrtle, Canis, and actually, I'm sorry. No. It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be centered on Sunny. Sunny was the brat who just kicked him. So this will be Sunny, McCleary, and Razim. That'll be how it'll be structured. Razim, Sunny, McCleary. Deck saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well. Roll it. Please be
The
good.
DC is 17.
DC 17. I got an 18. Jesus
I
Christ.
just missed
I
it.
got an
Excellent. You feel as he stares, eyes narrowed, an angry burst of energy of some kind of force. Let's see. Let me read this description real quick. Yeah, that. Hold on. Sorry, this is all new stuff to me. That same pressure you felt when he first arrived, that weight in your bones, the muscles locking up, that pressure gets even harder. Like, it's one thing to have like a sore arm, but imagine like, you just worked out that arm and now you have like a cramp, a really, really bad cramp, except this is like 10 times that. It's gonna fucking hurt. Those who beat the 17 will take half damage. Yes. I need to roll this 6 times.
Oh my god.
6, 9, 11,
Stop talking.
17, and
Oh.
20.
Okay.
So those who fail take 10 force damage. Those who succeeded take 10. Those who fail take 20. And you're also pushed 10 feet towards him.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm like hurled off down the stairs, my limp body.
no.
As this happens, as you see him, kind of reaching out towards Sunny, towards McCleary, and this starting to begin escalating, you see something that is magical happen on the ship. Now, remember, you are still pretty close to Black Bay. You haven't really gotten out of that region. You're maybe 100 or so feet from the shoreline, or the closest part of the shoreline, or the cliffside, I should say. You see appear in a different kind of black flash of image. 2 figures appear on the deck of the ship.
Is it our buddy Pitch?
Pitch
Oh.
and Jet of the Pitch Black Pirates are there. perhaps alerted by the fact there's two massive naval vessels in pirate territory. Pitch takes a step forward and looks at Achilles, and Achilles says to him first, I thought you were in the line. And Pitch says, and I thought you were sucking off your cousin.
Ooh, Pitch.
For a
I'm
moment,
gonna write that down for later.
You see the two of them kind of get ready into like a action pose, and the aura here is, it's not the same sort of like physical force where Achilles had an aura that made you feel something. This is still pretty frightening. You get a sense that these two can very easily live up to their bounty numbers, and you then turn behind you just because you hear additional splashing in the water of something large coming through. At first, you're like, "Oh my god, this is another naval vessel. We're screwed." There are 2, 3, 4 other pirate ships coming out of the fog to join your vessel in the front of Black Bay here. This has drawn an alarm of all the pirates there. They have attacked the safe haven, and they're not going to go quietly into the night. You take a look at Achilles, who steps back literally on like the edge of the ship. And for a moment, you're wondering whether he's going to continue engaging and whether the ships are going to begin firing, because they've been getting themselves into position this entire time. He takes a step forward back onto the deck, wondering whether combat's going to ensue. He looks at Pitch, at Jet, at the 8 of you, and you get the sense that perhaps if the other pirate ships weren't coming, perhaps if this was a different situation, perhaps we didn't have things to do, then maybe this would continue and get significantly worse. He says, looking at the 8 of you, my greatest heartbreak is that when I have collected every last pirate into the bottom of Anchor 12, that I will only have eternity in which to punish them. He steps backwards, and you see a black-purple portal gate like you'd seen before that captured Shades and that revealed him. He tips backwards, almost stumbling backwards in a sense, into it. And the last thing you see is the moonlight, the starlight, the lantern light reflect off the golden buckle that he has on his belt, the symbol of a sword and a rose, the symbol of the Imperium. We'll pick it up there next week.
Oh man,
Nice.
that was wild. That was great.
Holy hell.
Where's Shades?
Thank you all for coming. My throat is completely spent. Thank you all so much for coming. I said it was going to be a fun session. I hope you enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is sort of the end of this first arc of the story. We will see them. We'll see what happens next. What is the aftermath? Captain Shade is gone. They've had their first encounter with a naval captain. What sort of adventures await in the Grand Line? They are not even in the first part of the game yet. They're still in the tutorial, and this is what they have to deal with.
We're still in the tutorial.
Folks,
show me and Sunny roll our stress rolls, or will we?
Oh,
rate
your
them?
scars.
Yes. Let's do that before we close for real. So here's how this works, guys. I needed to make some way to ensure that people don't just push themselves endlessly without any consequences. So depending on how many times you push yourself, you have an increasing risk of gaining a scar, and those scars include Obsessed, where an NPC that you care about suffers at the hands of a rival or enemy. Paranoid, where you basically get additional enemies to kind of go after you. And then Haunted, which is a yet undescribed mysterious thing that happens to you. It kind of deals with the sea and the ocean and the mystery of the world. And the player would decide which one they want to get if they take a scar. It's a narrative device. But it is a consequence for pushing yourself too often. So, Takai and Sunny have both pushed themselves only once. So only if you roll a natural 1 will you take a scar. So, Sunny
okay.
first. 11. You're good. Takai.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Good.
All right. You're both good. And then mark somewhere in your documents that you've done 1 pushing yourself. Okay. Very cool. Let me give one last shout out to the contributors for tonight's game before we close properly. The artwork of Achilles, again, by the amazing Vieira. Please do commission them if you get a chance. The artwork of Pitch is by Julian Rush. Same deal. Please commission them as well. And the artwork of Jet is repurposed art from Squaffle for an old project of mine. I am very excited to see more of this character. Thank you all so much for joining us, guys. The next session, the aftermath of all the nonsense tonight, will be next Wednesday, same time, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you have ideas, theories, goodness, I would love fan art. I don't want to ask for it, but if you want to, if you have it, throw it into the Discord chat. We would love to see it. And yeah, thanks everyone, and let's all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Say bye, little Z.
Bye.
Yeah.